Just a mess of wires here. What the hell? I should have managed these a little better. Because I definitely did not manage these a little better. Okay, let me get my feet in here. There we go. In between all the wires. Sheesh. It's like strapping into a fighter jet. Good lord. I don't know how I would know what strapping into a fighter jet feels like, but maybe I watched it on Mythbusters or something. I don't know. Top Gear? Something like that. On tonight's episode, Monochromium does a terrible thing by deciding to... No, it's fine. Anyway. Okay, so when I do this, I then need to do that. There we go. Okay. And with that, I think I'm going to take a drink and then we'll get going, because by then it'll be about 5 minutes in. So. Which language would you like Sora to speak, Basura? I think I'll stick with English. Thank you very much. So, this probably won't make sense to people watching this after the fact, but apologies for being slightly late to the stream today. I attempted to sabotage my own internet in order to prevent myself from having to play this game. It didn't work. Cole got it fixed, and now I have no choice in the matter. That's not actually what happened, but given my thoughts on this game and my opinion of it, by the time we're done with this, it might start to sound a little true. How you doing, everybody? My name is Monochromium, and this is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. So we haven't played Kingdom Hearts in quite some time. I think it's been about as long as Bloodborne was before we played Dark Souls 1, and that's a shame, because the 3 Kingdom Hearts games that I have played, well, 2 of them are pretty damn good in my opinion. I would say Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 1 and Final Mix Kingdom Hearts 2 are about the same in terms of how I feel about them, and they're both very solid RPGs. Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 1 was a favorite growing up. Critical Kingdom Hearts 2, well, okay, so Final Mix Kingdom Hearts 2, it's the one that has critical mode in it, is also a favorite, for different reasons. And then there's this thing that exists in between the two of them that I would prefer didn't exist. It's a GBA game, and that might turn some heads, because a lot of people might be like, hey, so Mono, you know, there's a version of this game that came out later that's like got better graphics and all that other stuff. You could just play that one. I think it's even on the collection, if I remember correctly, like the full game. But I really, honestly, there's a few things about that version that I'm kind of like, I'm iffy about. And I'll explain them as we go through the whole playthrough. This is the version of the game that I played growing up, and this is the version that I'd like to confront for the stream, because it's the one I'm more familiar with between the two of them, and I already know I'm going to have enough to say about this one. I don't want to have to say more things, because I'm getting frustrated with the additions that Recom makes to the gameplay. So I'd rather play the one that I'm most familiar with and play the one that is the fastest to play, so that I can get it out of the way as soon as possible, and we can get to the better stuff later on when we play Kingdom Hearts 2. So, and other than that, I don't have any experience with the rest of the series. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to play anything after Kingdom Hearts 2, because, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the story threads get wrapped up pretty good in KH2, but I'll talk about that when we actually play KH2. For now, I have wasted enough time. I mean, I came to the stream almost 40 minutes late today because I was wasting time trying not to, play this. Okay, hang on, just making sure that works. So, let's do this. And we will start, I guess, with this file. That's fine. We'll probably save over the other file as like our halfway point. Now, Chain of Memories picks up directly after Kingdom Hearts 1 ends, during the ending reprise that we saw where they were chasing Pluto down the road because he had a letter with the King's seal on it. And they managed to get this entire FMV. I mean, it's crunched all to hell and back visually, but they managed to get this entire FMV onto the GBA screen. Which was always a surprise to me, because, like, full motion video like this on the GBA, I didn't really think it's... I mean, in my old age, I don't think it's the GBA's strong suit, but it's just surprising to see such high fidelity on a screen as small as the GBA, you know? Jesus Christ, man, I'm trying to have a monologue. How about you don't interrupt me like that? I know that code. I've seen it before. What do you mean? Sora, that sounds severely ominous. I feel like it might be better if we go and get Donald and Goofy before we go see whatever the hell he's trying to tell us. It's a nice drawing. Did you get your colored pencil kit out for that one? Oh. It's based on something real. I think. I mean, I'm here, but it's next to a swirling vortex of death, so I'm not sure if it's real or if it's just in my imagination. Unfortunately, it's not Castle Oathkeeper. It's Castle Oblivion. And that is the main setting of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, so let's go confront it. Now, the whole game is not in FMV mode, it's got sprite work in it. And I really like the sprite work in this game. I think they did a pretty good job on it. I still think it holds up even to this day, honestly. I know it's kind of crunchy looking, but I still think it holds up pretty good. Well, if nobody's home, they left the door unlocked, so I feel like we're raiding their house. I mean, we could have just left a note on the door saying, hey, have you seen this man? What makes you think he's here? I mean, I guess. We didn't see Pluto come in here. Guys, I don't know if that... Well, yeah, I mean, you guys were just chasing after Pluto, so I feel like you wouldn't have to have intuition about this. You'd just be like, hey, so Pluto maybe came here, but we had to stop for the day because he has more energy than the rest of us. Oh, boy. Well, like I said, it shouldn't be mere coincidence. You guys were literally chasing... It's a gut feeling. You guys were literally chasing Pluto 3 seconds ago. It's not a gut feeling. It's not contagious. It's just you following a lead. Why are we making a big deal out of this? Oh, 11 minutes in and I'm already getting livid. Not really, but, you know. Didn't you just say we should investigate? Like, what? Oh, boy. I thought we were all for one and one for all here. Like, come on, guys. We got to get it together here. We're losing our cool and we just got in the front door. Oh, what now? Oh, not this guy again. All right, take out your lightsabers. I'm ready to fight you again. What do you mean it must be a Heartless? Didn't we beat this guy already? Last time? Donald, you can't cast Thunder anymore. You cast Thundaga. You have to say Thundaga. I'm the only one that can say Thunder and still get away with it. I'm the main character. Donald, that's Firaga and Blizzaga. Because you're not incanting it right. Or that could happen? Why did that happen? How do you know this if you live here? Wouldn't you have forgotten the rules of this place because you live here? Why does that happen to us but not to you? Okay. What do you mean there's no one? Yeah, forget about Kairi, Sora. It's about Riku. Oh my god. Teleported behind me. And then behind me again. Oh, So you can just do that. Okay. In case it wasn't clear by the 8 or so, actually it's only been about 6 minutes of whatever the hell's been going on here, this is the point where Kingdom Hearts stops explaining itself or making anything seem to make logical sense and just throws all that out the window. Because it can. I'm not a fan of it. But we'll talk about it a lot as we go along, so we'll have plenty of time to deconstruct, trust me. Alright, I guess. Yeah, but what makes you think that he's going to be in Traverse Town? Why would I want to find him, unless he ended up in Traverse Town by... I mean, I guess he could have, because we fell into a door of darkness on the Destiny Islands and ended up in Traverse Town, so maybe. I guess it's worth a shot. Why are we listening to this person? Especially after our experiences with gentlemen in hooded coats with silver zippers and, you know, all the other shifty stuff he's done since we got in the front door. Well, we made it back to Traverse Town. Sora, it said Traverse Town on the card. What are you talking about? Oh. That's funny, I don't remember this weirdly shaped hallway being in my memories of Traverse Town. Maybe I'm forgetting, like he said. Oh yeah, where's Donald and Goofy at? Where are my friends? How can I have my power if I don't have my friends? He's looking like he did something shifty, so like he's crafting something. What does that mean? You're just talking in circles at this point, aren't you? I mean, Jiminy, if you want to join the party, you can. I'm 2 heads short. I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Why does that... And how does that... I'm gonna have an aneurysm trying to think about this stuff, so I'm just gonna stop. So, in Castle Oblivion, Donald and Goofy and all other party members that were exclusive to the worlds that you visit, because you're gonna revisit all of the ones from Kingdom Hearts 1, are turned into cards. And they'll bounce around the battlefield and just generally be random about where they bounce. The only other thing they could do to be more annoying is shout, "Hey, listen," at you like Navi from Zelda games. So, you can pick them up. And then, there you go. Now you got Donald in your little stack down at the bottom there. And it is a stack, but what's the point of the stack? So you can pick up cards, but what do the cards do for me, exactly? So you can use a card, and in this particular case, we use the Donald card that we picked up. It will summon Donald, and he'll cast 2 spells. He'll cast either Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, or Cure, depending on... I think it's entirely random. Like, even if an enemy absorbs the element that he'll use, he'll still use it, which... oh, makes him not so great. I get disappointed whenever I pick this game up, because this is also the point in the series where Donald and Goofy just sort of fall off. Like, they were valuable party members in Kingdom Hearts 1. They actually did stuff. And then in this game, they're just kind of there, and Sora can do everything they could possibly do and better. And unfortunately, that doesn't seem to change going forward, at least not in my experience, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, they're also not particularly good. So... in case you're wondering what the hell these cards are all about, it's more than just Donald and Goofy that are cards. You cannot swing your Keyblade in this castle unless you have a card that shows a Keyblade on it. Why? It's a game mechanic. Don't question, just consume. You can, however, jump without using a card, which makes me wonder why Sora's leg muscles work, but his arm muscles don't work. I don't get it. I mean, they did that because they didn't want you to have to use, you know, a jump card, because this game's already convoluted enough without it. But yeah, anyway, in order to swing your Keyblade and actually attack something, you have to do that. So Sora will swing the Keyblade every time you use a card, and it will drop your stack by 1 for every card that you use. And apparently I'm completely powerless in terms of my attack power if I don't have cards. So, we're going to use cards until we run out. However, you can do a 3-hit combo in this game if you just kind of do this 3 times in a row. So, there you go. Does a little zoom in every time you hit them, too. God, this stack is so disorganized. We'll have to fix that when we get out of here. Yeah, so we've run out of attacking cards, so now we can't do anything other than jump and dodge roll, so we're entirely on defense for now. However, we can get our cards back. We just have to focus on this focus stack tile, and the cards will come back. In this particular case, it takes 1 second to focus the cards back, but you'll notice that the number changed over there in the corner. He's going to talk about it in just a second. But yeah, you can pull your cards back as long as you focus. However, every time you focus, it will take your cards longer to come back. This, we'll talk about what he means by that a little later, but we'll get there. So if we cycle back and forth like this, now I'm probably going to switch that actually because the L button actually cycles right and the R button cycles left, so let me fix that real quick while I'm thinking about it. Joypad, configure 1. Change the L button to the R button. I can't believe there's inverted controls. Okay, there we go. Now I should be able to just... Yep, so now right goes right and left goes left. But the focus tile that's there now has a 2 on it, which means it will take 2 seconds to get our entire stack back. And then if you use it like that again, it'll take 3 seconds, but 3 seconds is the cap. It'll only ever take, at the most, 3 seconds to get all your cards back. Well, not all your cards back, but we'll explain that when we actually get to that point. Yeah, so this is, you actually have 2 decks. Well, you have 1 deck that has 2 sections going into a fight. So all of the cards that you have in your first stack here is attacking cards, magic cards, item cards, what have you. There are also enemy cards that you can pick up that have a dark background. And if you pick those up, you can switch over to that category by pressing the select button. And that'll bring you to your second set of cards, which at the moment we have none of because we haven't gotten any enemy cards. But then you can go back with select as well, so. Actually, cards won't empower you if you're defending. If you are defending, you're either dodge rolling or jumping. But what he means by this, kind of, he's not really explaining it very well. But, excuse me. You can actually stop an enemy, because enemies also have to use cards in order to attack you in this castle. You can actually stop an enemy from attacking you with a card if you use a card of your own that has a higher value than an enemy's card. We'll talk about that when we get into a fight, though, because apparently we found Donald and Goofy again, even though Goofy didn't show up on the battlefield. So you guys lost time, and you will continue to lose time for as long as I'm in the castle. Great. What do you mean? Aren't you guys dressed in the same clothes that you had before? Or are they just clean now? No, I want to know the answer from you. You seem to know all the answers. Don't bullshit me. Yeah, how am I supposed to get by without MP Gift? I mean, Goofy and Donald. Oh my god. I will say this game does have a decent sense of humor sometimes, though, but also at other times, I feel like the sense of humor is unfounded because it's used in a weird situation, but we'll talk about that when we get into a weird situation, so. I mean, I don't know Thundaga, but I knew Thundaga. I could probably get it back. Actually, they prevent you from getting Thundaga back until about halfway through the game, so... What was it with mid-2000s Square Enix and just making really weird, convoluted RPGs like this? Well, you should, because this place is bizarre, but... Yeah, how hard could it possibly be? Not hard, Sora. Reliant on luck. Okay, so we can move around the battlefield. Well, this isn't the battlefield. This is just the field. We can move around, swing the Keyblade, and jump. We have to hit the door with a Keyblade in order to open it up. And we have a card, the Key of Beginnings. What does the Key of Beginnings do? Well, if we move around, as you can see, I can swing the Keyblade and jump around. But we also can just hit the door. Now, when we hit the door, you need to use a map card in order to get into the door. This one does not need the Key of Beginnings. However, the game is going to give me a card, a Moment's Reprieve card, in order to allow me to get into the door. Now, the door has a requirement on it. That little card background, not background, border there, has a 1 and up on it. So what that means is you need to have a card in your Room Synthesis deck, which is a completely separate deck from your battle deck, that has a 1 or higher on it. Can you see how this gets convoluted very quickly? To the point where it just gets bizarre to play. I mean, you get into a rhythm with it eventually, but it's just like, this is a lot to front load, guys. Like, this is the dissertation from Final Fantasy Tactics at the beginning of the game. Please, like, just let me play the video game, please. Anyway, we'll use our Moment's Reprieve card because it's the only one we have besides the Key of Beginnings. And those special cards, like the Key of Beginnings, they actually don't work unless they're used on a special door that needs them. You can't just use them for any old door, so... But anyway, we're in Traverse Town again. Yay! So that's cool. Now, there are objects in the field, like that little awning there, that you can hop on top of. And when you hop on top of them, they will generate either green HP balls or red Moogle Point balls. We'll talk about Moogle Points a little bit later when we get some, but for now, here's a save point. We can open the menu and save at any time as long as the save point is right nearby. I think there's also a quick save function. Yeah, there you go. So you can quick save anywhere in the field. Just press start and click quick save, and that'll let you do that. So that's cool. Anyway, you can also hit things. There are objects in the field, like this barrel, that you can just whack with your Keyblade, and it'll get you something out of it. In this particular case, we got a potion out of it, so that's cool. We can also hit enemies. Yeah, so you can just touch the Heartless in order to start the battle with them, but you can also strike them in order to gain the upper hand. And that will stun them temporarily and allow you to get some big hits off, which should allow us in this particular case to beat up a couple of shadows before the problems start to roll in. Now, you saw there that the shadow used one of his own cards in order to attack me. We just dodged that one, but you can actually... I'll show it off in a minute, but you can actually do something where you don't have to worry about... Can I... not use the pause menu yet? I guess not. Okay. I'll use the pause menu later. And we get a Tranquil Darkness too. I guess that was very fortuitous because we needed a 2 and above to get in this door anyway. So basically, I'm going to switch my deck around real quick here because if you go to the main menu, you can look at the world map, which shows this is the layout of the world. All of these doors that have yellow exclamation points on them are doors that need cards like the Key of Beginnings in order to open up. It doesn't tell you which one needs which key, though, so we're going to have to find that out by ourselves by going to the various areas. We can show up, look at our map cards in this little section here, and the ones for the gold doors are under the gold tab, so that's pretty good, I guess. We don't have anything else for now, though, but we're going to need a lot of these in order to make it through all the doors in the game, so we'll figure that as we go. The world cards is kind of the floor map, basically. There are 13 floors in Castle Oblivion, and we'll be able to pick and choose which floors we go to as we go along. I'll talk about that once we get a little further, though. I actually really dig this GBA, like, remix of Traverse Town, though. Like, it's obviously not the same as Traverse Town itself, but it's pretty good, all things considered. I think so, anyway. So we have access to status cards as well. Now we have a Blizzard card in our deck, which means eventually we'll be able to cast Blizzara and Blizzaga as well. Why wouldn't that go? Oh, okay, that's why, because R is L and L is R, that's why. There we go. Yeah, so we have a Blizzard card in our deck. We can cast Blizzara and Blizzaga right away along with Kira and Kiraga, but it doesn't really explain exactly how you do that, but I guess it says it right here. So you actually need 2 Blizzard cards in your deck in order to cast Blizzara, and then 3 to cast Blizzaga. The journal is the journal. I'm probably not even going to look at it, to be honest. I don't think there's any situation where I want to look at it, so... but anyway, here's the deck screen, and what I'm going to do is just take this opportunity to rename this deck real quick. We'll just name it Starter Deck for now. Squirtle and Friends. No, wait, that's a different game. Never mind. I don't even know if I'm going to play that game. That game has as much grinding as this game does. Okay, so anyway, we have the starter deck. We can actually go over to the deck if we go to the left on this screen. Now you'll notice we have a whole bunch of different cards in the deck. We have Kingdom Keys all over the place. We have a Blizzard card, a Potion, a Cure card, and that's it for now. I usually prefer to put my item cards near the end of the deck, but I also prefer to put my zero cards near the end of the deck, and as a matter of fact, they go all the way at the end of the deck. I'll talk about that in a little while. Blizzard is going to be pretty useful. We're going to need to get another Blizzard card if possible, but we'll figure that out later. Probably just going to stick it there for now. And, well, maybe I'll leave it where it is, actually. So for now, there's not really a whole lot in terms of like the cards that we have for the deck. We kind of are stuck with whatever we have, but I might actually take some of these out because this one is like next to useless basically, so it's not really going to work out. Now, don't get confused. The little golden tab near the top of it there, that's actually the opposite menu from what you're in. So in this case, we're in the Add Cards menu. We're not in the Remove Cards menu. Now we're in the Remove Cards menu. So just don't get that confused. I've gotten that confused myself before, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, for me, these 3s, 2s, and 1s, they really don't do a whole lot for the entirety of the game, and they kind of just sit in my deck, and I'm not really a big fan of that, so I think I might just take them out. Excuse me. Do we have... Okay, we have 2 3-hit combos to work with for now. I probably shouldn't have taken that out, though, because that cure is somewhat useful. We don't really need another potion. Potions are a little bit weird in this one. I'll talk about them in just a minute. But basically what a potion does is... Actually, it might be able to show me what it does if I go here. Yeah, so you can actually reload your deck without focusing if you use a potion. So that's not terrible. I don't know, I use it sometimes, but I don't always use it, you know what I mean? I usually am like, okay, well, I got to the end of the deck, I guess I'll use it, you know? But, actually, I'm going to move... Uh-oh, hang on. I didn't mean to remove that. Let's go back to add. I promise I'll get my stuff together eventually here. Here we go. Actually going to move this back to the end. Because I want it to be in the beginning eventually, but I don't want it to be in the beginning right now. It's not really particularly useful to me in the beginning of the deck for now. I would love to get some better cards, though, so we're going to have to look around and see if we can find some better cards to work with. Okay, so you saw the word card break just show up on the screen there. If an enemy attacks me, I can actually break their attack by using a card that has a higher value on it than the one that they're using on me. So like if this guy attacks me, here, hold on. Yeah, so see how he was going to attack me there? He actually got his card broken when I attacked him or used the heal card there. So because I used the heal card, he couldn't get his attack off. So basically, you can defend in this game simply by attacking enough. So yeah, see, I card broke that guy. Get a couple of these guys while we're at it. Cool. That's not really going to help because this is a Blue Rhapsody. I guess I'll toss this. Now, you might notice some cards kind of smacking against the cards in the background there. I think we saw it with a couple of the shadows a little bit ago. But, like, if they try to use a card while your card has a higher value and is on the field, they can't break your card, basically. So, unless their card has a higher value than your card, they can't break your card, so you'll just continue attacking. It's the same with enemies, though. If you don't have a high enough value card to break their card, your cards will just bounce off of them, and you won't be able to do anything, so not a whole lot of fun. What do I want to do here? So when you level up, there are 3 stats that you can get for Sora. You can get HP up, you can get his CP up so he can stock more cards in his deck, or you can learn a new Sleight, and Sleights are like Sleight of Hand. Or are they called Slates? I guess it's up to whatever your discretion is. But every 5 levels, starting from level 2, Sora can learn a new Sleight. And, I mean, I used to think these are pretty good, and in Recom I think they're pretty good. But in regular old Chain of Memories, you never need to learn a single Sleight. You'll actually get some Sleights from the field that are significantly better than the ones that Sora could get otherwise, so we'll probably just wait for those. I'm going to get CP right now. We don't really need it for now because we don't have a whole lot of Kingdom Keys to stock in our deck, but we will eventually have a whole bunch of Kingdom Keys, and I'd rather have the CP while I have the chance. So. Alright, I probably should have used a, whatchamacallit. Nope, breaking you. go. Probably should have used the Blizzard before I fought the Blue Rhapsodies, but, you know, it's fine. We've got enough to get by. So there we go. Now, Tranquil Darkness... Okay. I guess I'll just do that. There we go. Tranquil Darkness as a room card provides, I think, 5 Heartless for you to fight, if I remember correctly. So we will attempt to fight all of them and grab as many of their cards as we can. Because we're going to need a whole bunch of field cards in order to get through all of the doors in all of the maps. So let's see what we can do. Alright, so let's fight these Rhapsodies. Oh, okay. See if I can just, yep, hit the shadow with that. There we go. Get a heal going. Get a cure going. And there we go. Very nice. Oh, we're already level 3. Nice. So my plan for leveling for right now, basically, is every 5 levels, starting from level 3, I'm going to grab an HP boost for Sora. What this should let me do is it should let me, I think by level 37, have 1,000 CP, which will give me as much CP as I want in order to be able to put all my decks together by the end of the game. So we'll grab some HP at levels 3, 8, 13, 18, and so on and so forth. Once we get above 37, we'll probably just level HP, honestly. If I remember correctly, endgame level is about 50, so I'll try to probably be around there, but yeah, I just want to get to 1,000 CP by a little later, so by about the high 30s, basically. Okay, but now, once the enemies stop spawning, you've defeated all the enemies in the room. So now you can go explore around and hit stuff and grab items out of this stuff. It's not really even items, it's mostly HP and Moogle Point Balls. Although you can get cards out of each of these things as well. See, these red ones are Moogle Point Balls. These ones are pretty valuable, so I would rather go grab them if possible. Try to get them before they disappear, you know, if possible. If not, then not, you know, whatever. It happens. The little ones, if I remember correctly, are worth, I want to say 1, and I think the big ones are worth 5. I'm not sure about that. It might be 1 in 10 or 2 in 10, something like that, but I got another cure, so I guess that's fine. Let's keep hitting doors and keep moving on through. So we need a 3 and above for that one. We already got a 3 here. Now, the different cards that you'll get that allow you to... the map deck, basically. So this is your map deck, your room synthesis deck, whatever you want to call it. They come in different varieties as well. So there are red cards, there are green cards, there are blue cards, and there are gold cards. Again, you can't use the gold cards unless the door requires it. Green cards, for me, are almost always just fodder. I end up with a whole bunch of them in my deck, and I just use them when I need to, like, unlock something that has a high door requirement. This one doesn't have a high door requirement, though, so let's just use another Tranquil. Let's see what we can do about that. We happen to have a 3, so that's kind of nice. Also, the enemies that are on the field do not represent the enemies that you'll fight in battle, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so Donald, why don't you get in here? Just do one of these. Just do one of those. Stop that. There we go. And try to grab all the experience while you can, while you're also grabbing all the cards. Both are pretty important, so. But for all the, you know, the mechanical stuff that they had in the game itself is pretty simple. So there isn't really a whole ton going on here. Found a soldier though, so that's cool. Which is why I feel like the whole explanation at the beginning where they basically have you, like, doing 60 billion, like, talking about 60 billion different game mechanics, it almost feels like it's not necessary, you know? Like, you guys didn't have to do all that right away. Just let me play the game, you know, but whatever. It's fine. Alright, grab those up. We're almost at another level. Hit this, I think it's a red Nocturne, if I remember correctly. Push this guy around because I can't. I was gonna say, I hope that hits both of them, but... EXP will eventually disappear on the battlefield, so try to pick it up if possible before it does that, so... But there we go, already level 4, so let's keep working on our CP now. HP is pretty generous in this game for a little while. Enemy damage doesn't really ramp up very extensively until a lot later, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Even though we're going to be slightly low. Hold on. I have a plan for this. There we go. Well, I took a little damage in the process, but it's fine. There we go. Look at that. Got them all in one go. Anybody else? No? Okay. Let's go explore the room then. Not much to this room, it looks like. Yeah, not much to this room, just the one thing. Alright. I believe this is the key to beginnings door right here. It is. So this one requires that golden card that we have. As you can see, requires the key of beginnings. But you also need to not only have the key of beginnings, you need to have additional cards in order to fulfill the other criteria. In this case, you just need a card with a 1 or above, as well as the key of beginnings card. So you'll need both in order to get through the door. And you can use any old card you want if you want to do that. I actually don't want to pop that door open just yet because I would love to get more Blizzard cards before we step out of this world if possible. Blizzard, having access to Blizzara and Blizzaga would be pretty nice, but that's not even the real reason why I want to have access to more Blizzard cards. I'd like to have access to more for different reasons, and I'll explain it when we get a little further here. We have 2 of these. I might as well use this then, I guess. So we're probably gonna like knock open all the rooms while we're here just to try to maximize our card draw, you know. I should have used a Blizzard card there in case some Blue Rhapsodies spawned. Stop in the name of the law! Oh good, I hit him there. Nice. There we go. Perfect. Hit the other guy in the process, but it's fine. I also like how Sora's combo in this game is preserved, even if he starts the combo like in the air and ends up on the ground. In the other games, usually if that happens, you end up with his combo being dropped, but in this game, that's not a problem. So that at least is pretty good. Maybe I should stick Blizzard in the beginning of the thing so that I don't end up having to hit these Blue Rhapsodies with a Blizzard when they're obviously immune to it. Yeah, see, other cards are just kind of bouncing off. Can't quite get through my defenses, which are my offenses. Well, they did there, but, you know. It might work one time, but it won't work all the time. Let me see here. What was I gonna do just now? I don't know. But I'd like to get more Blizzard cards. That's the point that I'm making here. So oh, I was gonna stick Blizzard at the beginning of the deck. That's what I was gonna do. So I could kill enemies with it without these Blue Rhapsodies being one of them. Stop that. There we go. Grab this. Grab this. Break your card. Yeah, see how I keep hitting the ground with the last hit there and I still preserve the combo? Kinda nice, actually. Alright, so let's take you, we'll move you up here. And there we go. By the way, the reason why I have the 0 card at the end of the deck, zeros are kind of like aces in the poker game in Tales of Xillia 2. If you use a 0 card, it can break any card without fail. However, it can also be broken by any card without fail, so you have to be careful when you use it. I usually stick it at the end of the deck as a sort of like in case of emergency situation. But we haven't really needed that yet because the enemies here really don't need all that much. They're not really all that difficult to defeat, so. Alright, so we need a 3 or above for this one. Sometimes I like to just get the requirements out of the way on these doors, so I might just do that. And I'm probably going to do that with Meeting Ground here, honestly. So let's just do that real quick. So now we need the key of, I think that's the key of guidance in order to open that door, but we don't have that yet, obviously, so we won't use that yet. And I'm not even sure if I can make it into these doors just yet, so we're going to go this way instead. Let's see what we can find. 6 or above, I don't really have, I mean, I have a Feeble, that's 6 or above. I guess I have a 0 card, so I could just use, oh, I have 2 0 cards, perfect. Well, let's just use one of those. I try to use duplicates if I can before I use the other ones, so. Stop in the name of the law! Okay, I guess I'll just waste 3 of my attack cards, god damn it. It's fine, I'll just do this, there we go. And then waste them again. Okay. Got rid of you, at least. I think that one that has a different sound effect is actually Blizzara. It's not Blizzard. But I could be wrong about that, so... Oh good, we got another teaming. Nice. Actually, that might be the first teaming we got. Okay, level 5, more CP. Yeah, we'll just keep kind of going and leveling as much as we can while we go through these doors. This honestly might be the only bit of leveling that we're able to do, though, because, like... once we've spawned all the rooms in... I mean, you can respawn a room, you just have to use another card on the door. But, I don't know, might not be worth it to do that. We're getting a whole bunch of Teeming Darkness, though. Now, Teeming Darkness, I believe, gives you 8 Heartless to fight, so that's actually pretty great. It's quite a lot of Heartless to fight, and there's a lot of potential for getting some good cards out of that, some good field cards and stuff. There's also a lot of little areas that you can hit in the, like, field, like stuff where you can grab extra cards for your deck, so sometimes that's nice, too. Oh, I hit the door. Hold on. Okay, that only needs a 1 above. So sometimes it's nice to, like, take a look in a Teeming Darkness room just to get a whole bunch of stuff, you know? Alright, are we done? Not quite yet. Okay. Just about there. Okay, well that can almost kill you. See, if we had a second Blizzard card at this point, it would be able to kill you. Funny thing is that speedruns of this game actually rely on getting a Blizzard card right away so they can cast Blizzara immediately. I think that's the only RNG situation that they really account for in the speedrun, because most of the time in the speedrun they're like, yeah, no, we don't want to make it any harder than it already has to be. Okay, this one requires a green, so let's just get rid of that real quick. And I think we're done. I think that's it. I don't think we have anything else that we can really... I guess we could use a 1 here. What do we got? A 0 and a 5. To just check out a teaming room. To show how many Heartless can spawn in this thing. I like Teeming Darkness rooms early on, just because they give you the most potential for getting, like, Moogle points and HP, but also items that you can grab out in the field as well. I'm going to save my 0, because the thing about zeros is that they're similar to how they work in battle. They can actually be used for any door requirement, as long as... as a matter of fact, no, it's not even as long as. You can use it for any door requirement. However, if the door requires a total amount of cards, so like let's say the number in that border was fixed, like let's say it said 10, the 0 will obviously count 0 points towards that, so using a 0 in that case is completely useless. In this case, however, it should work okay. So. And we will boot up in a gigantic room with tons of Heartless all over the place, and lots of open space for us to fight them, so we're going to do that. Thank you for coming over to me. I was about to chase you down, but since you decided you wanted to head my way, I'll take it. The battlefield, by the way, won't disappear unless you grab all of the items that are available on it. So, you can very easily just grab all the extra experience by just wandering around the battlefield that way, so... I'm just going to dodge that one. I was going to walk up to him, but I said, nah, I'll just wait for that to go away first. But you cannot get, I don't think I mentioned this, you can't get, like, battle cards from the end of a battle. You'll be able to get enemy cards, but you won't be able to get battle cards. So you'll just get map cards and enemy cards from the end of a fight. And enemy cards are actually pretty rare. You generally speaking won't get them very often, but if you do get them, they're pretty great, so... Probably shouldn't have taken a Blizzara to the face, but it barely did any damage, so... It's not like it was on Proud Mode, let me tell you what. Ooh, that's nice, got a 3-fer there. Let's let Goofy give this a try. Alright, good. Level 6, more CP. I know, I'm getting a whole bunch of CP and I'm not adding anything to my deck, but that's because I'm not getting anything that I want to add to my deck. We just need more Blizzards! out of that one. I was gonna say I need to top off anyway, but I did not, actually. Another teaming, that's good. I feel like if we get to level 7, I'll be pretty comfortable with us going forward, honestly. As for my partners, I kind of just let them float over to me. If they do, cool. If they don't, then I don't really bother with them in most cases. They're just kind of free damage if you really want it. So. Probably should have waited. I might have hit his friend, too, while I was at it. Oh, in case you're wondering why the potion is not restocking my Blizzard, it only restocks physical attacking cards. It doesn't restock magic cards. There are other cards that allow you to restock magic cards, and I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler to tell you, they're Ethers. Ethers respawn magic cards, so. But unless you get an Ether, you can't actually do anything about that, so. But yeah, so if I had let those experience balls kind of just linger on the battlefield there. Oh, there's a Kingdom Key. It's a 2, but it's something, I guess. If I had let them just linger on the battlefield, then the game wouldn't... Ooh, a Blizzard. Nice. The game wouldn't have actually spawned me back out in the field, so... Another Blizzard! Wow. This teaming is really paying off. Now, I mean, those Blizzards kind of suck, but they're Blizzards, and we didn't have them, so I can't really complain too loudly. So now we have 3, which means we can cast Blizzaga. Right now, 50 minutes into the playthrough, we can already cast Blizzaga. Something is wrong here. Okay, good. More Moogle points. I'll take those. How many Moogle points do we have from that? 56, okay. So it's probably like, I don't know, a few. Not much, though. Another Kingdom Key. This is, by the way, why I like teaming Darkness Rooms, though, because they give you lots of potential rewards, so I try to use them as much as I can. There's the large HP balls, so... Yeah, I try to use them as much as I can for now, to try to collect up as many potential rewards as I can. Blizzard cards, Kingdom Keys, what have you. We'll be able to buy them eventually as well, but until that point we're kind of stuck with just getting whatever we have out on the battlefield, because we can't buy them without getting a shop card. So... did I get this one? I did. Okay. And I got this one. This is where I got one of the Blizzards. This is the key to Guidance Room, right? Yep. Okay, so we're already done with that one. So, let's review our decks. Now that we have a couple of Blizzards, let's put another Blizzard in here, shall we? Let's move this over, move this here, here, there, there. Actually, put that there. There we go. And put 3 Blizzards at the start of the deck, because why the hell not? Can I, like... What the hell did I just do? Oh, I sorted my cards. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, something's not right here. So I guess you double tap and it sorts your cards. Alright, cool. So let's add. Got a whole bunch of Kingdom Keys that are at low levels that I'll probably never do anything with. Not a big fan of the 1 Blizzard, but I'll take it for now, I guess. And, I mean, I guess this potion is slightly better than the potion we have, but a 6 potion is perfectly acceptable for this part of the game, honestly, so... yeah, as a matter of fact, let's leave it exactly like that. So, we can cast Blizzaga now. Yay! Let's go test that bad boy out, shall we? Should be able to one-shot just about everything in here now with this, so... Alright, we need a 6 or above for this room. That's kind of nuts, but we should have quite a few. I'm just going to use another teaming. Let's use this 0. Try to get a few extra cards out of this while we're here. Why not? Maybe some higher level Blizzards. If we can't get higher level Blizzards for now, it's not a huge loss. Oh, you might be wondering, how do I use Blizzard or Blizzara, Blizzaga? Well, let me show you. So you press L and R, and it will actually stack a card in the corner of the screen there by your HP bar. So, what happens when you do this, press L and R again, and it will blast the area in front of you with all the cards that you have there. Now, normally that would be like, okay, well, you'd use 3 Blizzards in a row because you stacked 3 Blizzard cards up there, right? Well, that's where the status screen comes in handy. So let's go back here. As you can see, here's Blizzaga. So that's the 3rd tier of Blizzard spell. When you stack cards in the corner of the screen up by your HP bar there, it actually allows you, in certain situations, to cast higher level spells. So like if I had 3 Cure spells, I could use Curaga right now. I have 2, so I could cast Cura if I wanted to. But stacking them up near your HP bar there allows you to stock them up and then use them all one at a time. Or if they're situations like with Blizzard where you have 2 or 3 of them, it will use all of them at once to use a more powerful attack. So this process of stocking cards up in the corner there and then using them all at once is a very common method of dealing damage in this game going forward, so get used to it because we'll be using it quite a lot. I mean, wait for the second set to spawn. Okay, it's just these guys, so we'll just do that, fine. We'll make them recover to full HP, and then we'll beat the sin out of them so that they just go back to where they came from. I saw my next level experience there, game. You can't hide that from me. It's nice. Okay, I was gonna push this guy into them, but, well... Okay, I guess I can just do that. Got 2 of them. I'll take it. Got some sniper aim with that fire magic, huh? It's all good. I got sniper aim with beating you up, so... I should probably heal myself at some point. I haven't healed myself since I started stocking blizzards. Ooh. Okay. Nice, he came over towards me, and in the process, he ended up right in my trap. I love being able to cast Blizzaga at the beginning of the game, don't all of you? Oh, and it's a lot of fun when they just decide, oh, I can't attack you because your cards are too high of a value for me, so I'll just move towards you. I mean, if you want to. Boom. Then we should be able to get rid of you without too much trouble. There we go. Should have healed myself while I had the chance. Ooh. There's our first enemy card, the soldier card. I forget what that one does. Let's take a look. So, let's add it. And you add it just like any other card. They usually have a pretty decent amount of CP requirements, and that's what the CP is that we're gaining from levels. It's actually the amount of like cards that we can put in our deck, because each card has a CP cost, and we have a CP limit. We can't have a deck that has over 375 CP used in it right now. So because of that, you have to kind of be mindful of that. But once we get up on the CP, which as we keep going, we're going to get further and further up and up on the CP, so I'm not really super concerned about it. This one is basically the combo plus ability from Kingdom Hearts 1, so each combo will deal 4 hits instead of 3. Not particularly useful, I don't think. The 3-hit combo is pretty good, and Kingdom Key itself actually has a higher damage value on its finishing move than it does on its regular swings, so it doesn't hurt your DPS, but it makes it a little tougher to deal max damage with everything, so... Alright, I think this is just going to be 2 blue Rhapsodies, so let's just blast the field and get rid of the other guys. There we go. Oh good, I can heal myself. It's been a little bit since I've been able to do that. Now again, the potion will only give us back physical attacking cards, so we won't get back our blizzards if we use a potion. But usually by the time I use a potion, I won't need it anymore, so... Another level, nice. By the way, you can also just stock physical attacking cards, but for now they don't really do anything particularly special, so I wouldn't bother with that. Eventually you will be able to stock physical attack cards and get special attacks out of them. Like if we had taken a Slight yet, we would have been able to stock physical attack cards to get an effect out of them, but again, I'm not really going to take Slights. They're just... There's 2 campaign modes in this game. Spoiler alert for a 20-year-old game, but there's 2 campaign modes. And for me personally, there's a stat that I never end up taking on both campaigns. In Sora's campaign, it's Slights. I just never end up taking them nowadays. I used to take them all the time, and to be fair, in Recom, they're pretty good. Strike Raid and Sonic Blade are pretty damn great in Recom, but in this game, eh. Alright, we're at 400 CP now. We'll take an HP boost to the next level. And we should be good to go. And we're also good to go because all the enemies have despawned, so that's good. Alright, I gotta chase down about 60,000 Moogle point balls here. Oh, never mind, they all came to me. That's good. Now you will see the magic of my genius in just a moment. I'm saying that like I actually did something actually, like, remotely intelligent just now. Okay, a 3 Kingdom Key's not great. A whole bunch of HP, though, if you need it. I usually don't bother patrolling around for rewards until after I've defeated all the enemies in a room. It's just... because if you find an enemy, like, right as you're trying to pick up a reward, it will despawn the reward and you won't be able to get it back. So I usually am just like, okay, I'll just wait, you know, it's fine. There's another cure, a 6 cure, that's not terrible. Another kingdom key, a 4, but it's something. And I think... is that it for this room? Pretty sure. There's nothing down here, right? Oh, there is one. Yeah, don't leave until you've seen that you've gotten all the rewards from a room. You don't want to lose out on some of them, you know? So... alright, but let's take a look at our world map. We are back at the Key of Beginnings room. I've gotten enough blizzards to get 3 blizzard spells. I'd like some more, but we can get some more later. Just having enough to cast Blizzaga is enough to make a difference for right now. So, let's do this. The reason, by the way, why I didn't want to open this door until I get enough blizzards to cast at least Blizzaga is because once you open this door, it changes the stock of items that you can actually get from pickups around the world. You won't be able to get as many blizzard cards from the pickup spots anymore. So... there's actually another magic card that gets kind of mixed in with them, so I would be a little careful of that. If you want a whole bunch of blizzards, I'd get them before you open this door. Or wait until a shop, I guess, but we'll worry about the shop later. Alright, let's just use up Meeting Ground because, again, I never really use Meeting Ground. I believe Meeting Ground, what it does, usually green cards, they provide enemies in a room, but they have a different effect on top of the actual... I think they're usually like Tranquil Darkness rooms, but they have an extra effect. So, Meeting Ground actually allows you to get more Donald and Goofy cards when you are in a Meeting Ground room fighting Heartless. So, it's fine. It's just kind of there for me. Like I said, I usually just use these green cards as fodder for doors like this one, so it's probably what we'll do in the future. Anyway, into the Key of Beginnings room we go. Let's see if we can find anybody, because... I don't know, Sora. We can already cast Blizzaga, so that's pretty damn good. Oh, speaking of green cards, I guess I did use Meeting Ground to get in here, so... I was gonna say, I don't think they have a choice in the matter, Sora. They just kind of show up. Well, I can't cast Thundaga anymore, guys, so what do you want me to do? I think I know that voice. I'd know it better if this game was voice acted, but I have misgivings about the voice acting in Recom. It's because of the fact that... So, I'll just say it now. Sora is voiced by Haley Joel Osment, right? So, Haley Joel Osment actually went through puberty in between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, so his voice got deeper. So, I guess it's kind of a little bit of... There's a time, I'll just say it this way, there's a time difference between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 of about a year. And I think it's kind of interesting because they actually incorporate Sora going through puberty into Kingdom Hearts 2 over the course of that year. And then it sort of serves double purpose. It's like, okay, so Sora went through puberty, so his voice would be deeper. Haley Joel Osment went through puberty, so his voice is deeper. It's like an unintentional, like, little detail that I always thought was pretty neat. Unfortunately, RE Chain of Memories came out after Haley Joel Osment went through puberty, so we had to voice Sora right after Kingdom Hearts 1, as if he had already gone through puberty within 5 minutes of leaving the the Reprise cutscene that this game started with. And I never really felt good about that. I understand why it happened, but it's like, it always struck me as kind of like a... Well, they didn't have to do that, you know what I mean? So it's one of the reasons why I'm playing this one, but it's probably the most petty reason why I'm playing this one, if I'm honest. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is. What do you mean? Say it ain't so, Leon. Don't you know me? Well, that's unfortunate. Must have something to do with what that guy was talking about a little bit ago, where to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. Happens all the time. I forget about all the people that I saved back in Final Fantasy VIII. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, you did just say Sora, didn't you? Did you hear any of us say Sora just now, or? I don't think so. I don't think Leon's capable of that. He doesn't have a sarcastic bone in his body. Oh, good. He remembers all of us, just doesn't remember details. Fair point. I know that voice, too. Yeah, it's Yuffie. So all the Traverse Town characters are around here. Yeah, this is pretty uncanny, to be fair. So how do we get to Aerith? Yes, ma'am. Not even remotely. Yes, strange but convenient. We can skip the explanation as to why this shit happens and just keep going. Sorry, it's just... I have a small conniption every time they say, hey, so this is convenient. We don't have to explain ourselves. I'm with Leon on this one. What kind of a grand tour are we talking about here? Is Sid still around here? Is he going to be our shopkeeper? I mean, we'd have to come back to Traverse Town every time, but I'm okay with that. Traverse Town's pretty cool. Well, I mean, I already killed the vast majority of them, so it should be fine. Anyway, we get another tutorial, and they take away your deck, so that's awesome. Yep. Yeah, so the higher your card number, the stronger your card is, and the less likely you are to get your card broken. So he's kind of just giving us a card break tutorial. So he's got a 9 card, we've got a 4. If we play the 4, he's going to break it with his 9. Same thing here, 5, broken with a 9. 6, that one didn't get broken because he had a 1. 1, broken with a 2. His card's a 0, it breaks my card despite the fact that it's lower than my, lower than my 3 because it's a 0 card. My 9 is higher than his 1, breaks it. I shouldn't even remotely be using that 0 there because it's going to get broken by everything, but yeah, so basically, if your card is higher, you'll break an opponent's card. You have to play, if you want to break a card though, you have to play the card after the opponent plays it. Otherwise, I mean, the card will still not be able to be played, but there's a reason why you specifically want to card break in certain situations. I think he might even talk about it actually here, I'm not sure. Oh, there's that, but if I remember correctly, there's another mechanic that comes with that, too. I don't know if he's going to say it. But yeah, so any 0 card will break an enemy's card with a 0. However, yeah, if you just play the 0 beforehand, you'll get broken, no matter what they play, so. Always wait for them to start attacking before you use your 0 cards if you're going to use it. Yeah, it's the most powerful, or the least powerful, depending on how you use it. Takes a little bit of practice, but we'll get it. And we already kind of went over that part, so that's fine. And now he's going to teach us how to stock cards, which we already did. And yeah, you can use battle cards 3 at a time like this. There is a cost to this, though. I'm not sure if he's going to go over it here. He's going to say it like it's the most powerful thing you could possibly do, but there's a heavy, heavy cost to stocking cards. We'll talk about it in just a second. Yeah, so you can only ever stack cards 3 at a time. You can't start casting an attack, as far as I'm aware, unless you stack all 3 cards up, like this. So, but yeah, so see the 16 that's hovering above the cards there? That's the total value of the cards you play. Obviously, a 0 through a 9 won't break that, so... or rather, a 1 through a 9 won't break that, because they just can't add up to that kind of amount. A 0 will still break that, though, so you gotta be a little careful of that if the enemy has access to 0s, so... But yeah, so if Leon tries to break this one, he won't be able to. He's not even trying to break it, so there you go. And yeah, so now he'll talk about slights a little bit. If you already had a slight, you might have been able to figure out how to do it previously because you can look on the status menu, but basically, you get the correct combination of cards, you can use a slight. We'll talk about those when we get a couple more slights. For now, the most slights that we're going to be using are basically Blizara, Blizzaga, that sort of stuff, so. Now here is the heavy, heavy cost that I was referring to. Leon talks this stuff up like it's the best thing since sliced bread, and then he says, hey, so every time you use a slight, you lose a card permanently for the entirety of that battle. The very first one you pick for that slight, you can never use it again in that battle until you get to the 10th floor and you can get an elixir so that you can stock it back up again. But potions don't stock it back up, so focusing doesn't stock that card back in your deck. You lose that card for the rest of the battle. You can very easily soft lock yourself in certain fights if you use slights too often by just using all of your cards and then ending up with only 2, and then you're just stuck with those 2 cards for the rest of the fight. It's not a whole lot of fun. I would not recommend using slights liberally as a result of that. So, yes, and that is big, big trouble, especially at this point in the game. So don't just rely on slights like they're the best thing since sliced bread. I did that in the first playthrough pretty liberally, and I paid for it very quickly. So anyway, as a result of that, we get another blue card. So it's another magic card, like I said. And it's actually our first summon, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Simba. And the Key of Guidance. We also get the Key of Guidance along with Simba. So that's cool. But now, because of the fact that we got a Simba card, Simba cards now become something that you can find in the world as you wander around. So if you, like, jump on all these obstacles, you could find a Simba card. Before, the only one you could find was Blizzard and Cure, if I recall correctly. So you had, like, a 50-50 shot, if you got a magic card, of getting a Blizzard. Now, you only have a 33% chance. You'll notice, however, that the little stuff on the world has actually respawned here. So if I go back to all these different areas, now that I've gone through a key door, I can actually respawn all of the items that spawned inside of those areas. So that's what I'm going to do now real quick, just to kind of maximize our potential rewards. Maybe get a couple more blizzards while I'm at it. We don't need the HP balls though, so I'm not worried about that. It might be the only thing that spawned, but... This, by the way, is why I like using Teeming Darkness rooms as early as I do, and as often as I do, because if you use a Teeming Darkness room, there are lots of potential rewards, and they all respawn after every single cutscene door that you go through. Key of Guidance, Key of Beginnings, Key of Truth, any of those. So, being able to maximize your rewards like this is pretty good, especially in the early game when you don't have access to a shop and you can't just buy the cards that you might need. And obviously getting extra Moogle points so that you can use them at the shop when you find a shop is also pretty nice. So, yeah, try to use Teeming Darkness if you can. It opens up a very large room for you with lots of enemies, and that means you'll have a higher potential chance of getting enemy cards, you'll have a higher potential chance of getting a bunch of items from the different areas that you go through. So, it's all good. It's all a good idea. Open up large rooms if possible. Granted, it's more fighting, but usually we can handle that. The fights in this game don't take too long to do, typically speaking, so this is a nice little reward. I always like seeing the large Moogle point balls pop up because they just make my day. It's like, oh good, I need to do less of that later. Of course, you don't need a ton of Moogle points in order to get a bunch of cards out of it, but you know. I think I'm going to go hit up the Moment's Reprieve, actually, because that room also has one thing that I can jump on that may potentially have a reward, so... Alright, there we go. So we're level 7. We'll probably be level 7 until the end of the level now. So. Now, I think these respawn, but I don't think they can have cards in them if you do that. Oh, okay, I guess I can get Moogle points out of it, so... Huh. Yeah, I don't think they have cards if you do this, though. I was under the assumption that this wouldn't respawn the stuff, but apparently it does, so that's interesting. I guess I'll just whack everything up while I'm here and get a bunch of extra stuff. I mean, I suppose it's a portable game, so they have to make the potential for grinding, because there is grinding in this game. They have to make it a little easier on you because you're playing this game a little at a time, so... Yeah, see, that's what I thought was going to happen, is basically none of them would have anything in them, but apparently that's not the case, so... I thought they only respawned when you did key doors. Apparently not, though. Interesting. Oops. There we go. Well, I learned something today from this 20-year-old game. Yeah, I don't think that cards are available here, though. I think it's just Moogle points, because, I mean, I haven't gotten one, but I suppose anything's possible. It's Especially since I just, you know, said, oh yeah, well they don't respawn, and then it just respawned as soon as I walked out. Why am I chasing this one? I need the little Moogle Ball. There we go. I don't need HP right now, that's for sure. Apparently I just like chasing that stuff around. Force of habit, I guess. Anyway, let's go to the next door and see what we can do. Now, the enemies won't respawn in these rooms, so don't worry about that part. You can kind of just walk around them at your leisure a little bit, so... You guys come back to me, bounce off of the walls. There we go. Oh, okay, got it. Good. Don't need those. Take those, I guess. And end up here, and it's going to fall down. Yep. It's okay, though. Can go grab it, maybe. Got it. Oops. Yeah, you can jump off a ladder by pressing the jump button if you need to, but there you go. Don't need those. Got anything for me, box? HP balls? Okay, that's fine, I guess. Nothing particularly good. It's not a whole lot of rewards coming out of these things. I mean, I guess, like I said, there's always the Moogle point stuff that we get, which will help me buy cards later, but I would prefer them just to give me the cards, if I'm honest with you. I think I got all of them. Yep. Hey, Devil Hunter, how you doing? Welcome back. Audpin Ebe, Araik, Audino... That looks like beneath, actually. Amont, what the hell? Nawain Moai Hicks Te Teb. Nice to see you too. Gazoon we're playing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories today. Not RE Chain of Memories, just Chain of Memories. So. Anyway, we're in Traverse Town, and we are going to go through the second key door, the Key of Guidance door. More cutscenes. See what we have here. I think I missed a room that had rewards in it, but that's okay. I haven't really been getting any cards, so... That just looks like Archeo! I don't think that's right, but there you go. Forgotten, but you're not gone, evidently. I mean, fair enough. Well, I guess I'm just one of the crew or something. I don't know. So you have muscle memory. Your brain is just not working, apparently, is what you're saying. Yeah, this is definitely some Castle Oblivion BS going on here. Actually, that's probably exactly what it is, honestly, because since Castle Oblivion, like, the guy that told us to use this card to create Traverse Town said, yeah, I sampled your memories to make these cards, so basically all of this is Sora's hazy memories of Traverse Town, and I suppose they would be pretty hazy because we haven't played Kingdom Hearts for 6 years, so... So apparently Aerith is just the voice of reason out of all of this. Yeah, whoa, Leon from Resident Evil, he grew his hair out and decided to wear all black. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I guess he wore all black in Resident Evil 4, so after he took off the fancy jacket. Yeah, so even though you may want to see these people again, we're not in the, you know, actual place to go see them. So... I forget, did the doors to the worlds get sealed off after Kingdom Hearts 1? Is that how we ended up in that field, or was the field just kind of there? I don't remember, it's been too long. I'm playing the right game to not remember these things, because this game has you go through all the worlds you went through in Kingdom Hearts 1, so... We're gonna find out, maybe. Hey, Conker, how you doing? Welcome back. It's going good, how's it going for you? I am playing the GBA version. Yeah, this is the one that I grew up with, so I figured I'd just play the one that I'm most familiar with. It's also not as long as Recom, which I like because I'm not a big fan of Chain of Memories, just being honest. So if we get it over faster, then I don't have to bitch about it for as long, you know? Fair enough, we can go make another once-over of town. I mean, I've got enough cards at this point to cast Blizzaga, so yes, I can in fact fight. I can fight better than I did way back at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1, that's for damn sure. They wouldn't let me have Blizzaga until, like, way later in the game, so... Now, once you have finished up a key room, so like a key to beginnings, key to guidance, key to truth room, it actually, you can't go into it anymore. The map won't allow you to, so there you go. I think the field was just there as, like, in a place between worlds. Yeah, you're probably right. Like I said, it's been a while, but I don't think there was any specific explanation for it. It was just kind of there as, like, set dressing, so there you go. Fair, Chain of Memories is pretty annoying for you as well. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the battle system. Like, I don't like having to, you know, rely on some RNG. I mean, I guess you don't have to rely on super RNG because you can buy cards, but you can't control what you buy either, so I don't know. I just don't... A lot of its systems, I'm just kind of like, yeah, no, I'll pass on that, you know? So, it just, for me, is like, it's just there. It's not my favorite. So... But we'll collect up some Moogle points while we're here, because we might as well, since this room respawned. I probably won't go back to every single room every single time to collect up these items, but especially since it doesn't seem like cards can spawn in recycled rooms like this, but only Moogle points and stuff. But I mean, we have over 600 Moogle points at this point, and that actually lets us buy out the stock of the first Moogle shop we come across. We can actually buy attacking cards, like physical attacking cards, for I think 100 per stock, and there's 4 in stock, so we'll be able to buy out all of that now. So I don't know if I really need the attacking cards though. I really just need more blizzards. More blizzards and fire, if you please. All of the above would be helpful. Alright, anyway, key to truth room. Should I go save before I do this? No, you know, I might as well just quick save while I'm here. I feel like that'll be well, no, because I think quick saving actually... you actually, like, when you reload, it's like the GBA Final Fantasies where you, it deletes the save when you reload the quick save, I think, if I remember correctly, so... You also had the GBA version back in the day. Yeah, after I played Kingdom Hearts 1, I was pretty, like, enthusiastic about the series, so once I found out Chain of Memories came out, I tried to pick it up as soon as I could. It was a different experience. It was definitely a different experience than what I was expecting, that's for sure. So... good, more Moogle points. No, not the ladder, Sora, the Moogle point, there you go. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Now, how many did that get me? Okay, so I got like 40, so maybe they're worth like 8? I figured they'd be worth 10, but... 8 is fine, too. That'll all work. Oh, I can get a card out of recycled rooms. There's a blizzard. Alright, well, 4 blizzards, that's not terrible. They're not high-level blizzards, but they're blizzards, so... Can't really complain too loudly. Alright, let's save. There we go. We can come back to Traverse Town later as well. When you go back to a world, the cards that are available in that world don't change based on how many other worlds you've gone to. So, like, the Traverse Town cards will always be just, like, Kingdom Keys, Blizzards, Cures, Potions, that sort of stuff. So, you can, if you want specific things, you can kind of come back to certain worlds that just have them, and it will be a little easier for you to get them, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Should I chase these down? See, the large Moogle balls just... They make me want to run after them, you know what I mean? It's just like, no, the reward, it's getting away! After it! I did let one get away just now, but, you know. Alright, anyway. Enough of that. Let's just go to the Key to Truth room now. I would recommend saving before you go to a Key to Truth room, though. Just food for thought. It's probably in your best interest to do that, so... Also, those little jump pads let you jump up to higher elevations than Sora could normally get with regular jumps. He doesn't get high jump in this game, so you kind of have to make do with the jump pads if you have a high distance to get to, and not a lot of other ways to get to it, you know? Like that, kind of. I forget if that room was a Feeble Darkness or something. I think it was a Feeble. I'm not really a big fan of Feeble Darkness as a room. I mean, it helps that you can fight Heartless. This -2 that's on there means that any of their attacking cards have -2 to their value. So, like, if they had a 3, normally it'd be a 1 now in this room. But it's just a really small room, and that means that there's less rewards for me to get, which is not my favorite thing. Anyway, Key to Truth room. This place looks familiar. I think this is the 3rd district. I know it was in the 3rd district, though, and it wasn't Sid. Yeah, that's me, Sid. You got that right. Oh, boy. Yeah, I heard that you piloted the Highwind, and also used Highwind. He's a Highwind. Yeah, that doesn't really help us. My friend used to, you know, fight with the Heartless, but not in the way you're thinking. Why, what goes on in this plaza? So, why not take the bell off of the church in the 2nd district if it rings and it summons a Heartless? I feel like it's pretty easy to just take a bell off of its ringer. Huh. Why would we want to do that? I mean, it's not like we're... It's not like we need to actually kill them here, Sora. This is all a memory. Okay, well, too late now. Here goes the bell. Yeah, it does look like the 3rd district, which means we know what boss we're fighting! Yeah, it's the guard armor again. So that's great. Alright, let's see what we can do to him. Blizzaga should deal pretty damn good damage, though, to him, but I'm gonna get the hell out of the way because... Oh, okay, fair enough, I guess. Would probably hurt quite a bit. Yeah, a little bit of damage. So, just like previously, the guard armor has his little chunks of his body. And the chunks of his body will actually all need to be defeated before you can take him down. Now, you'll notice that we got a Mickey card there. The Mickey symbol card will actually cause different effects depending on what fight you're doing. In this case, it causes him to completely fall apart, which will allow you to get in a few good hits before he puts himself back together again. So that's cool. Okay, get the hell out of there. Alright, not bad. Okay, that's 3. Now we just get rid of the rest. Let's do a heal while we're at it. Why not? Okay, getting the hell out of... Never mind, not there. Do I have any more than this Goofy card? No, I don't think so. Alright, Goofy, get rid of that thing for me. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Goofy hits in a line, so sometimes it's a little tricky to have him get rid of stuff. I'm staying the hell away from that. Now, that also hits in a line, so I guess be careful of that, too. I don't actually know if that card's going to do anything once I defeat that thing, so... Wait for him to attack, and then I'll break him. There we go. Not bad. Nope, stop that. Nice, looks like fire's got a little bit of oh god. Get me away from that. Okay, hold on. Double tapping for dodge roll feels bizarre, so... Alright, in this particular case, I will use the cards like that, so... Stop that. This is probably because I took all those lower level cards out of my deck, huh? Alright, let's get him down while I focus. We'll get our cards back. There we go. Get some damage off. And goodbye. Yeah, or Goofy can just miss, sure. I mean, I guess the guy was floating, so I can't really expect much. But, you know. Alright, so Guard Armor will give us a bunch of experience, and his card. Every time you beat a boss in this game, they will give you their card, guaranteed. You don't have to rely on a drop. So that's actually kind of nice, because some of the cards that you get from bosses are pretty damn good in this game, so... So, question, guys. Now that you're all standing over there, why didn't you help me in that fight? I would have appreciated an Aerith card to get Healing Wind, or a Leon card to get Rough Divide, or something like that, or Sid's Dynamite. Or Yuffie using Doom of the Living. Man, Doom of the Living would have been so good in that fight. Oh my god. Yuffie would have killed that guy in one combo. Maybe that's why they didn't give me the cards. It would have been too broken. I mean, I guess. I still don't have a full picture at this point. Well, fair enough. I guess that's what matters, because that makes my friends my power still. If they're in my heart, how can I lose? It's the cheesiest thing I've said today. We're not in KH2, so they wouldn't help until then. Yeah, you know that's fair, actually. They only help in KH2. That is a fun scene, though, when they're all helping out, so... Now, here's the question. When they walk off screen, do they just turn into cards again? Because, like, Donald and Goofy walked off screen, and I won't see them again unless I use them in a fight, so... Right. Apparently. Unless he's just BSing me. Well, yeah, you are physically in this space, but that doesn't mean you, in reality, are a figment. You're just the hazy memory of what I have of Aerith from KH1. How do you know this? Aren't you in my heart? Is this just my heart reading pages from the script, or... I can't tell you the answer, Sora. If I told you the answer, then we wouldn't be consuming media. We'd just be talking in circles. Yeah, this game does a lot of hand-waving, and I don't like it one bit. Oh, okay, you guys aren't cards yet. Cool. I guess so. And now Aerith's gone. Whoops. What do you mean? Something tells me they're going to think you're going to hit your head, Sora, like you did previously, and they were like, ah, no, he's been talking to himself again. This is not going to help Sora's stress levels, let me tell you that. His mind is playing tricks, and that's not so good for him. Alright, well anyway, let's collect up a couple little rewards. Now we can leave the floor by going up this ladder here. I forget if we can go over here, though. Let me see. We can go over here. We don't really need much of anything to get in. Which means another teaming! Grab more rewards while we're here before we leave. Now, if we look on the world map after this, I'll be able to show you. There's one more room, actually, that we can go to from here. But once I get to this door, you'll see why we actually can't go into this room just yet. We won't be able to get into that room for some time, not until quite a bit later in the game. Because if I remember correctly, you don't get the cards for this one until after you get to the 7th floor. And we're only on the 1st floor now, so yeah, it might take a little while. Anyway, back to Blizzaga spam. That's not Blizzaga spam. That's Blizzaga spam. Goodbye. I love being able to cast Tier 3 spells at the very beginning of the game. Just wait till Final Fantasy 15. That becomes a major problem. Although, honestly, I'm not a big fan of the magic in Final Fantasy 15. I don't really use it very often, so... There you go. That time you didn't miss, Goofy. Nice work. Yeah, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. It's like I said, though, it's like something about the mid-2000s Square Enix games that are just, like, super busted. Like, the games either have, like, too much balance to the point where they're not as much fun to play, or they're completely unbalanced to the point where you can break them over your knee very easily. There's almost no in-between. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, good, you pushed the other guy with you. Nice. Take that, thank you. Sure, why not? Guess I'll grab a Donald. Nope, stop that. I said stop that. Okay. More teamings, good. I want to try to collect up a few world cards while I'm here. Just for the hell of it, you know? Okay, I figured I'd wait until I saw what spawned before I used up my sleight to blast the field and only hit one guy while I'm at it. Get used to that with maybe not with shadows so much, but shadows have a meaner cousin in this game, and they can be pretty annoying with what they do. Actually, they're not even really a meaner cousin. Really, they're just an annoying cousin, because they have a very large tendency for your big attacks to just phase into the floor and totally dodge them. So, there we go. Alright, now hit all of them. Boom, look at that. It's a lovely thing. Alright, I think this one can only ever be Blue Rhapsodies afterwards, so I'm just gonna Blizzaga the hell out of the Red Nocturnes real quick. There are certain enemy combinations where when you play the worlds enough, you just kind of end up seeing them often enough to know what to expect, you know? So... Now, in terms of enemy cards, I don't quite remember if you can only ever get enemy cards from enemies in the last wave. Like, in this fight, it's 2 soldiers, so you have 2 chances, I think, to get soldier cards. However, they weren't the last wave, so because of that, I think the only ones that we can get from this fight are Blue Rhapsody cards, because they're the ones that are in the last wave, so... I could be wrong about that, but that's what I remember being the case. I'm not 100% sure, though. It's been a little while. Of course, enemy cards are not very common, so, you know, we'll have a hard time testing that theory, but... The Blue Rhapsody cards are pretty good, though. I'd like to get one, if possible, at some point here, because Blue Rhapsody gives you the Blizzard Boost ability, which increases the damage from all Blizzard sources by 50%. It's pretty good, because there's a sleight that uses Blizzard as material for it that I will probably use fairly extensively throughout the game, and Blizzard Boost stacks its damage up quite nicely. If you've played this game before, or you've seen a speedrun of it, you might know what I'm talking about. I will, in fact, be using that skill. I know it's probably used pretty often by speedrunners, but it's pretty great, so... It has a cousin as well, a distant cousin that's on the opposite end of the element spectrum that we'll also be using, because, as it turns out, the combination of Blizzard and Fire spells hits every enemy in the game except for the green Opera? No, yellow is Opera, if I remember correctly. I don't remember what green is. It's like red Nocturne, blue Rhapsody, yellow Opera, and green something. I don't remember. I think I got these already. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway. So we go down to this door. You can see it has a crown over top of it, so this is another door that requires a golden card. We don't have any golden cards. And we especially don't have the Key to Rewards card, which will allow us to get into this room. A rewards room, which is the one behind the Key to Rewards card, are rooms that give you a treasure chest that have a special item inside of them. And it's dependent on which world you're in, what reward you'll get. In Traverse Town, I don't remember what the reward is, but like I said, I don't think you can actually get a Key to Rewards card until the 7th floor and up, so... I wouldn't worry too much about it for now. I don't really think very many of the Key to Rewards doors are particularly good, though, if I remember correctly, so... I wouldn't worry about it. We probably won't be bothering ourselves, so... More Moogle points. Yeah, I think it's Green Requiem. That sounds right, yeah. So... I think it's based on the last Heartless kill, but could be wrong, and that could just be in Recom. Yeah, and that's possible, too. I could be thinking of Recom in terms of that, so... I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. Do I want to use Blizzaga right away? Yeah, you know, I probably do want to use Blizzaga right away, actually. Actually want to move this over, though. It's actually better in cases where you're going to stock cards, like in Blizzaga's case, to have your lower cards first. And the reason for that is because then you only lose the lower card when you stock it. So, like in this case, if I cast Blizzaga from these 3, I only lose my one Blizzard, and I still have my 4 and 5 Blizzard, so I can use a pretty high-level Blizzara after this if I do that. Of course, then I'll lose my 4 Blizzard, but you know that's not the point. We'll get there. We'll be able to do more with that later. Did I get any other Blizzards? I might have gotten one other one. Let's go see. Add. I did. It's a 2. Okay, well, we'll add that. Why not? Here's Simba. You get a 6, and he inflicts damage and stuns enemies in front of him. Although I don't think he stuns unless you stock 2 or more of him. So there's that. I don't really use Simba all that often, to be honest. It's not a terrible card, but it's not my favorite summon in the game. Guard Armor increases the attack range, or the range of attack cards, but it's alright. It's like Soldier. It's not really something that I'm going to go out of my way to use, you know, so. Alright, put more Blizzards at the front of the deck. And actually, with this many Blizzards, we can cast 2 Blizzagas, because what'll happen is we'll cast a Blizzaga from these 3, then we'll reload our deck, and we'll still have the 2, 4, and 5, so we can cast another Blizzaga. And that's pretty nice, especially considering the fact that the next boss is weak to ice, so... I think it happens right away after you leave here, so good idea to save before you leave the floor. It was good to see everyone again, but also it was bad to know that they weren't real. This is not a negotiation. Tell me what's going on, or I will beat you to death. Hi, can I help you, spiky-haired man? Who's also in the same coat? Do you two have some beef, or should I leave you two alone and just move to the next floor? Never mind. Too late now. Okay. Hi, Axel. Can I help you? No, that's not your line. You're supposed to say, got it memorized? They messed the translation up a little bit in this one. They fix it in Kingdom Hearts 2, though. Oh, okay. I guess he uses chakrams. That's one thing I always liked about like Kingdom Hearts and The World Ends With You and all that, is that the characters in the games kind of use relatively unorthodox weapons for stuff like this. Like, you didn't really see chakrams a whole lot in video games at this point, so... Is this the first time we're hearing the 13th struggle? That sounds right in my head. Oop, didn't quite hit him with it. He's teleporting around all over the place. Alright, you need to stand still so I can actually hit you. Okay, never mind. I was gonna run away, but that'll work, I guess. Probably should have taken my opportunity way back at the very beginning of the fight. Can I dodge through that? I can. Good. I'm gonna try to save my Zero for his actual, like... when he actually uses his slights. Ow. Okay, I'll reload. That's fine. Oops, wrong way. Nope, stop that. Okay, try to get big damage off while he's in the middle of reloading, because he won't actually teleport while he's reloading, so... There you go. And that takes care of that. So yeah, try to hit Axel up, because he uses Firewall. Well, first of all, he'll give you a fire card, and that's not a bad one either. A 5 at this point is pretty good. But also he uses fire spells, so he'll be weak to ice. So there you go. Just try to keep some blizzards in your deck. We'll be seeing him again. This is not the last time we'll fight him. But we're level 8, so let's take some HP this time. Not bad. We also get some world cards from fighting Axel on top of the fire card that he gives us. We would not have been able to get a fire card in Traverse Town, though. And if you ever go back to Traverse Town and you redo some more of the, like, the rooms, you won't be able to get a fire card, if I recall correctly, from Traverse Town. It's just Blizzard, Simba, and Cure, so... Oh, okay, thanks for clearing that up right away. You're the most straight-talking person that I've seen so far in this castle. I mean, I would hope not. You only had half an HP bar. It'd be kind of a shame for you to leave when they just gave you a portrait and everything. Okay. I don't know, I was just told to tell you this by the developer. I mean, the guy that still had his hood over his head. I'm trying to get Axel's voice in there, but it didn't really work out. What does that... Okay, you're just talking in riddles now. Just... If you're not going to talk to me straight, just get out of here, please. No, not from you. You're talking in circles. Stop it. Fair enough, Sora. You tell him how it is. We'll get in your way instead. I mean, I don't know. Riku kind of took it from me in the last game, so... Am I still the master? Okay. Fair enough. I think he's just trying to psych me out. Probably, Goofy. Probably. I mean, they both wear the same hood and coat, so, like... Unless those two just decided to wear them for the hell of it because they wanted to, then I feel like there's probably more where that came from. If you leave a floor, like it just said, I kind of skimmed over that. If you leave a floor and go to the next one, if you come back, you'll have to recreate the rooms that you had. So, like, all the rooms that we just created, all those Teeming Darkness rooms I worked so hard for, those will be erased. So we'll have to remake them if we come back. Excuse me. But that's okay. Well, Donald, that's going to require you to actually cast Blizzard, and it's completely random what you cast, so forgive me for not thinking that's a particularly comforting thing. Alright, so I want to add fire to the deck, but at the moment I don't think we really need it all that badly, so instead of that I'm just going to move forward. Go to the next floor, erase all the rooms that I just did in Traverse Town, but that's okay. Well, I mean, I know the answer to that, but that requires me explaining basically the entire plot of not only Kingdom Hearts 2, but also the entirety of the shtick of the people that are currently messing with us. So, let's not do that right now. We'll get to it in time. Oblivion, you silly! It was one of Sora's Keyblades. I don't think you get it until the final floor of the game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so in case this game wasn't convoluted enough for you, all of Sora's Keyblades from Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 1 are available for him to find. It's not just Kingdom Keys, it's also every other one. So, have fun picking all those up! I usually just go with Kingdom Keys or whatever I can find that has a 7 or higher, if I'm honest. Usually if it's like, okay, if it's a 7 or higher, okay, it's good enough. I don't care how powerful it is or not. So. What, you mean Hollow Bastion? We already forgot Hollow Bastion? It's been 5 minutes since we talked about it. Oh, great. We have as much faith in Donald's ability to fight Axel as we do in a 2-card breaking another card in the enemy's deck. Yes, that is true. You want a 2-card to break a card in the enemy's deck, you better be fighting a Shadow, and you better be using Incrementer. Because otherwise, you're messing up. Guys, it's Goofy. He never makes things up. He's not, like, an on-the-spot kind of Joker. Again, it's been 5 minutes, guys. Let's shape up here. Oh my god. Alright, so if you want to go back to other floors, you can use this warp point in order to go back. Now, right now, it can only ever take us down to the first floor, but eventually it might be like, oh, hey, I'm on the 8th floor, and I want to go back to Traverse Town to grind out map cards and blizzards and stuff like that. So then you can just warp right back and do that, so that's not bad. I'm going to save, though, because I don't feel like doing that fight over and, you know, watching those cutscenes and all that stuff over again. Anyway, up we go! Next floor. We're going to need a new map card in order to do this, and they give you 5, or rather a new world card, and they give you 5 world cards to work with here. They're going to look pretty familiar because they're some of the earlier worlds that you could go to, minus Deep Jungle, because apparently they couldn't get the rights from Tarzan for this one, even though it only took place a year after the old one. So, but yeah, we got Wonderland, we got Olympus Coliseum, we got Agrabah, we got Monstro, and we got Halloween Town, so take your pick. In my case, Wonderland would normally be the first place that I'd want to go because it was the first world that we completed all the way in the original Kingdom Hearts 1. But as you may recall, when we played Kingdom Hearts 1 originally, I made a pit stop in Olympus Coliseum first. This time we're going to beat Olympus Coliseum all the way through on the first go. Because there's some good stuff in Olympus Coliseum, let me tell you what. And in case it wasn't clear, this entire game, all of the times where we're going to all of the different Disney worlds that we went to in the first game, we're basically rehashing the story in a very bare bones, trimmed down way of what happened in Kingdom Hearts 1. So I guess it's a good way of remembering KH1, but this came out a year after it. Like, I feel like it's just kind of there to tide people over until the second one. Or no, it wasn't a year. It was 2 years, I think, after the first one came out. So I feel like it's almost just like, okay, here, have this and tide yourself over with that until we get Kingdom Hearts 2 out the door, you know? I mean, I guess Kingdom Hearts was a pretty popular name once it came out. It got a lot of, like, praise and publicity, but I don't know. Anyway, we get to fight Hercules. Maybe. That's cool. I mean, I guess. Well, you guys have no choice in the matter. You're cards. So if I compete, you compete. Wah, wah. How much did they fit on that one little sign? Okay, so are we gonna have to play a mini game like we did in the original, or? Yeah, no, this is part of the trimming down part, because this is a GBA game and they don't have, like... I mean, they have a mini game in this game, only one, but it's very trimmed down from the original, so it's like... You can't do, like, the preliminary course where you have to break the barrels and move all of them and all that other stuff. Those aren't in this game. It's just room by room by room and then 3 cutscenes, and that's it. So basically, you're either running through rooms or you're fighting, and that's about it. Yeah, it's in very small font. Apparently so, yeah. So much so that Hades walks up here, and because he's apparently balding, like, look at how low his flame is. He's gonna be like, oh man, I need my reading glasses to see this. They wrote more? It's in really small font. Well, there goes his flame. No, he's still balding. Never mind. That flame is lower than it was. So, yeah, you know how we have 4 Blizzard cards? Hades, in case it isn't clear, is weak to Blizzard, so one of the good reasons for going here right away. Oh, not again! Come on, Cloud, you can do better than this. I mean, maybe you couldn't. This was the time when Advent Children was coming out, so Square Enix wanted to capitalize on your depression. Oh boy. He can't finish the job. This is a GBA game. No one dies in GBA games. Unless it's Final Fantasy II. Then a lot of people die. Just off-screen. Anyway, we got the Key of Beginnings. So let's explore Olympus Coliseum, shall we? First pot, I was expecting a pot spider or a barrel spider immediately. Yeah, Fire Emblem they die too. That's a good point, so... Get rid of a bunch of shadows right away. Ooh, good, the shadows are giving pretty good experience now. Got some Power Wilds. They weren't in Olympus Coliseum originally, but sure, why not? Go off. I probably should have saved my Blizzaga for them, if I'm honest. Oh, good, I can stock 2 Donalds. Alright, Donald, show me what you got. If you stock multiple Donalds, he'll cast higher tier spells for you. So, like, in this particular case, he cast Cura and Fyra for me. So that's cool, I guess. Now, the large bodies are just like they were. You'll bounce off of their front if you hit their front, so don't do that. They also hit the whole battlefield with their stomp attacks, so try to, like, break that if that's what they're doing. Like that. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There is a way that you can cast 2 cards at a time rather than 3 in a slight. You just have to be on your focus part of the stack. And then you can cast 2. Alright, fair enough. Hold on. Okay, get me over there. Now go back to this. Whoops. Get them all together. There we go. As many of them as I can, anyway. Cool. I was gonna say, don't hit the recovery, guys. Hit the Power Wild instead. Oop, there goes that EXP. Yeah, if you see something blinking, grab it quickly because it will run out very fast if you don't, so... You guys take more than 3 hits now, huh? To be fair, you give more experience as a result, too, so... Okay. Getting out of here! Not getting Blizzard. Oop. No, Goofy! Alright, got him. Ah! Our first Calm Bounty card. Perfect. Just in time, because we actually needed it for this world, so... We're gonna need, I think, a total of 3 Calm Bounties by the end of the game, so... Oh, good. Perfect. Hit all the Power Wilds with that one. Very nice. Yeah, you want to try to hit your Blizzagas, not in the Blue Rhapsodies, but you want to try to hit as many of the Power Wilds with your Blizzagas as possible, so... I was going to say, and another Calm Bounty, but no, that was a Martial Waking. Martial Waking... God, I forget what that does. It probably increases your attack power on your cards, or maybe just the stock amount, like the damage of the cards. Maybe it increases their numbers or something. I don't recall. I never use it. I probably should, so that way I'm not just like, hey, what do these cards do? Oop, that's not gonna work. Give him a little HP back. Oh well, he dies quickly enough anyway. Yeah, try to get a couple of Calm Bounties while you're here, since it's the first world where you can get them, and they're not particularly difficult to get from my understanding, so... Increases the value of your attack cards. Yeah, that sounds right. And like maybe it increases them by 2 or something, and then... I think there's one that's like Magic Waking or something like that as well. Oop, Bouncy Wilds. Magic Waking will increase the value of your magic cards, so... Now, unfortunately, that guy blocked the Bouncy Wilds, whatchamacallit there, so that's a little unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, let's get rid of the Rhapsodies, except maybe that one. I don't want to get rid of that one, because I want to maximize my opportunity to get the Blue Rhapsody card, if possible, and keeping one of them alive would be great. I don't think the Bouncy Wild card is particularly good, if I remember right, so... We'll try to get rid of the Bouncy Wild before we get rid of all the Blue Rhapsodies. There we go. Good. Stop that. Grab all the experience while we're here. And there we go. Ah, good. Another Calm Bounty. Perfect. Like I said, we want... I know I want at least 2. I don't know if I want 3 or not. I don't remember what else I would get out of it. I know I want 1 for this world and 1 for the next world, if possible, so... Let's see what we can do about that. Ah, there's the Barrel Spider. I was wondering why more enemies weren't spawning, because I was like, wait a minute, no, there should be more of them than that. Goodbye. Stop it. Yeah, the Barrel Spiders will just explode, so... when they attack you. They'll either charge at you and explode, or they'll just plain old explode, so, you know, be careful of that. But if you can card break them, that would work pretty well. Oops, okay. Speaking of which. Oh my god, there's a billion of them! Good. That'll work. Ah, a moment's reprieve. Not bad. You don't really need a moment's reprieve all that often, because if you need to, you could always go back to the save point from the earlier area, like back on the floor map. So like if I left this world by going back through that blue arrow, I could use the save point over there and be fine. It would. I don't think it would respawn the enemies in this room, if I remember right, so... I mean, I guess I could find out. Why not? Let's go take a look. Which of these is which here? Okay, that's the Key of Beginnings door, so we'll work on that in a minute. And then this one is Key of Truth. Okay. So we'll come back to the Key of Truth after we get it, but we need to do Beginnings first, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so we go back here and we save. What does that do to the enemies over here? Do they respawn? Probably the Barrel Spiders do, but I don't know if the regular ones would. Nope, they do not. So there you go. If you need to... Oh, good, an Olympia. That's not bad. And it's a 0 card. That's also pretty good. Try to hold on to as many 0 cards as you can, because I'd like to have at least 3 for each deck that I build, just so that I have them, you know. They're pretty good, so. Because then you can just break an enemy if you need to, so. Alright, yeah, we can do the Key of Meanings door. I don't think this one features a boss fight, unlike previously, so. Alright, so we just need any old green card. I've got a duplicate right here, so we'll just use that one. And then Key of Beginnings. And there we go. Hi, are you who I talked to about the preliminary course, or? It was 1 room, so what did you want? I mean... Oh, and you know what else I actually dig about this game? Like, the sprite work I think is pretty good, but I think the major strength of the sprite work is the artwork of the characters within the dialogue boxes. They're so expressive for a GBA game. I really like that, honestly. Like, I mean, you think about, like, Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, well, Final Fantasy 2, really. 1 didn't have the little sprite work in the dialogue boxes, but 2, it's just these teeny tiny little boxes, and, you know, the characters might have, like, a smirk or something, but it's the same character pose, it's just the face that's changing. Here, everything changes. The characters are animated well, like, you can see the anger on Phil's face as he's saying that stuff. You can see the indignance in Sora's face. He moves forward as in the actual dialogue box in the picture. It's just really high-res pictures for a GBA game, and I don't know. I'm a big fan. So, it's a fair point. Well, Hercules is probably the, whatchamacallit, the ultimate judge of that. Because Phil would really hate it if I canceled the games. Or that. I was gonna say, well, now you have 4 competitors, so I mean, that'd give you 2 rounds. At least. Nah. So here's the weird part, though. Like, you may remember in Traverse Town that Leon and the others remembered who Sora is. This interaction, Phil doesn't know who the hell Sora is. He just kind of goes with it, you know? Like, and I mean, it might just be Phil, because Phil is Phil and he always says kid, but like, I never get the impression from the Disney worlds that anybody actually remembers who Sora, Donald, and Goofy are. Whereas in Traverse Town, everybody is like, wait, I remember who you are, but I don't know why. They kind of just dropped that thing in favor of just playing these out piece by piece, you know. Where's the rest of your team, Cloud? Will they? Because now there's 5 people. How are you going to bracket that? Are you going to put Donald and Goofy on a team together, or... Oh, boy. I'm going to dodge roll around them by double tapping instead of pressing a button. Like I said, wasn't a fan of that. That's one thing I can give Recom over this game. I'm pretty sure dodge roll is back on the square button where it belongs in Recom, so... Okay. I mean, Hercules is going to be the one to do that because he's very familiar with your obstacle courses, but... Alright. Oh, you can interfere. Good. That means everybody's going to do that except Hercules because he's virtuous. So... Oh boy, here we go. Let's make it a race! Alright, so we have the Key of Guidance. Now, it is a quote-unquote race, but you don't have to race. It's fine. You'll be fine. Just, you don't have to, you're not up against time or anything here. It's just, hey, go at your leisure, fight Heartless, do whatever you want, and you'll be good to go. So that's what we're gonna do. And that starts by going into this room. Now, do I want to get the Calm Bounty yet, or do I want to wait on that for a little bit? I could get a Sleeping Darkness room real quick. We have a 1, so I mean, that feels like... Because I don't want to use the Calm Bounty until we're close to the requirements, because we have a 4 and a 7. If we use it too early... Like, if I use a 4 right now, every room after that is going to be a 5 or above. So that's why I'm kind of trying to avoid it until we have, like, enough of them, you know what I mean? So... we could do a Sleeping or a Tranquil. I'm going to do a Tranquil, actually, because that'll give me more chances for rewards, so. From jumping on stuff and hitting barrels. Okay. Hi. I Probably should have saved those, honestly. Shadows aren't really worth spending all that on. Especially when there's a bunch of these guys, too. Oop, okay. Ow. Alright, let's see if we can get Goofy a shot here. Line them all up, bonk them all together. Oh, good, he got multiple hits off. Yeah, sometimes attacks that are, that linger like that, like Goofy kind of hangs out on the battlefield there, he lingers a little bit. So when attacks linger, they can hit multiple times. You can use that to your advantage with several attacks in this game, including one that we're going to be getting pretty soon, I think. Alright, I'm just going to, like, okay. You know, that works, actually. Let me just get you guys all together. Okay, that works, too. Come on, guys. Bunch up. There you go. Look at that. All of them. Every single one. Large body included. Gone. God, Blizzaga is so good. Alright, get him away from all my EXP. There we go. Oop, okay. Yeah, sure, I'll refocus. There we go. Oh no, you're playing the GBA version! Yeah, not a big fan of Recom either. Not a big fan of either version, so I figured I'd just play the one that would be the least painful. And this one's shorter than Recom, so this one, by extension, for me, is the least painful. Hello, Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, playing some Chain of Memories. We'll get it done fairly quickly, so it will be relatively painless. Keyword there is relatively. Okay. Alright, guys, bunch up. Okay, I got 2 of them. That'll work. Oh my god. Alright. Just start whacking. Smack these guys in the face. Give them a run for their money. Use a 6 potion. I could put that 7 potion that we got in my deck as well, but I don't know, the 6 is working pretty good. So. Gotta wait for the guy to spawn all the way before you can stun him, so, okay, this isn't gonna work for these guys, so I'll just blast them. Excuse me. Alright, no bananas for you. And blast the Bouncy Wild into oblivion with a Blizzaga, because why not? I know I'm healing these guys in the process, but that's okay. I don't mind. Stop it. Oh, okay, that's why. I'm like, wait a minute. He shouldn't be damaging me this much, but it's because, you know. Okay, got him. There we go. It's because I had to focus to reload. Stop that. There goes some experience. That's alright. We're getting plenty of experience. I'm not really concerned about our levels. We'll just beat everything as we go along and we'll be fine. Alright, all of y'all come over here. Nice. That's 4! Double up on you two. And there we go. Perfect. Another moment's reprieve. That's a 9 as well, so that's not bad. Keep that one for when we really need the save point. Barrel Spider! Ow. Fine, you can go explode. I'm just waiting for the second wave at this point, guys. Oh, okay. No second wave. No experience for me either. That's fine. Boy, if that was a blizzard, I'd have been very happy, but it's okay. More Moogle points. I don't know if you can get a Moogle Room card in Olympus Coliseum. I'm not sure if they spawn until, like, the 3rd or 4th floor. So I guess that's fine. We'll figure it out. Remember your last GBA Chain of Memories playthrough? You went minimum HP until a certain boss, and then he kept juggling you to death with his damn bombs. Think you did something similar in Recom. Was definitely painful at times. Well, I think if I remember right, the speedrun of this game does that, where they don't take HP until that boss, because that boss is the one where you just don't have enough HP to survive at base, if I remember correctly, so... We're not doing base HP, but I'm only taking HP once every 5 levels for right now until we get enough CP to have 1,000 for our deck, so... This is a small little world, I didn't realize that. There's actually only 2 more rooms we can open up between here and the end, because this is the end, I think, unless this is the end and this is the rewards room. But one of these two is the rewards room, so We can only open 2 more rooms up. So I guess we might as well open them both up. Why not, right? Let's do that. Maybe use some teamings while we're at it. I'll use a 4 over here. There are no other doors connected to this one, so I'll use a 4 over here. And then I'll use a Calm Bounty on the other room, I think. Maybe we can re-roll a room to turn it into the Calm Bounty. We definitely want to use the Calm Bounty before we hit the boss up, though. So 1, 2, 3. Large body. It's okay. Oh, good. Got rid of all my blizzards before they spawned in. Yeah, Sora, whenever you're ready to dodge roll there, brother. Alright, we'll get rid of these guys, because might as well, considering they're immune to all my other stuff. Didn't jump in time. I mean, I'll bounce off if I have to, but... Goodbye. There we go. Yeah, I'd definitely rather have dodge roll on a button, but I mean, I'll make it work, I guess. Anybody gonna spawn with you? Yep. Goodbye! Oh my lord, Blizzaga, you are nuts. I mean, again, it's a tier 3 spell at this point in the game. Like, you can't really go wrong, you know? So... Ideally, we'll get some more fire spells as well, but... Okay. That's a blizzard. We don't need that. There we go. There's only 1 hit away, too. That's unfortunate. But we're level 11, so that's cool. More CP! Get up to 500 and then be level 13, and we'll take another HP. So... Alright, this battlefield's already a mess. It's gonna be Bouncy Wilds, isn't it? Okay, there's gonna be nothing until we beat all these shadows up, so that's fine, I guess. You know, hang on, I got an idea. Let's just beat these guys up and keep our things stocked up there with the cards we have. Let everything else spawn in, and then we'll Blizzaga. Goodbye. Actually, that's not bad, because the presence of these shadows means that we have a chance of getting their enemy card, which is the Incrementer ability, which increases the value of all of your attacking cards by 2. Not bad. Not bad at all. It can help, especially in the early game when you don't have really high-value cards, so... Okay, why does Donald get homing magic? I mean, my fire, I think, is homing as well, but, you know... I probably should have done that. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. He walked into it. I was going to say, done that in a different spot so that all of them get hit by that, but he walked into it, so that's good. Alright, big guy. I'm going to wait for your reinforcements to spawn. There we go. Alright. Go with this. No, not him. Hit the Rhapsody, please, Sora. There you go. Use up the potion while we're at it. Why not? Oop. Sure, I'll jump behind him. Why not? Get rid of you real quick. Maximize my opportunity for getting the Rhapsody card. No, Rhapsody. It's all good. There's plenty more cards where that came from. We've got plenty of Teeming Darkness to take advantage of, so... Yeah, might as well. Why not? Still got all my Blizzard cards, so that'll work. Oh, I'm walk into it. Never mind. Okay, so a single Blizzard will actually take out a Bouncy Wild, so just keep that in mind. It's pretty good, actually. Didn't expect a single Blizzard to do that. Oh, you've isolated yourself, sir. That is not helping you. Alright, Donald, see what you can do. Yes, Donald, please heal the blue Rhapsodies. That's exactly what I want you to do. This is why we don't summon Donald. Alright, but we're out of, which one are you? Oh, okay, you're all healed because Donald healed all of you. Alright, fair enough. Probably should have stuck the fire in my deck, then I could have been able to take care of these guys a little easier, but we only have one fire at the moment, so it's not quite as good as it could be, you know. Is that the last calm bounty? No, stagnant space. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say, if we get a third calm bounty, then I'll be in great shape, but we did not. Get rid of you. No, not you. Or you. I don't know what I'm swinging at there. I want to get rid of this guy. There we go. Alright. Now. Whoop. Well, that's not going to do what I wanted it to do. There we go. Well, shouldn't have used that before the other cards. You get punished for that pretty hard later on in the game when you use cards willy-nilly like that, especially 0 cards without really thinking. So, alright, and then... Ah, there it is, the Blue Rhapsody card. Perfect. I knew it would pay off eventually, having all this Teeming Darkness stuff in here. Alright, so we'll add that to it. Why is it good? Increases the strength of Blizzard attacks. If Blizzaga wasn't hitting hard enough already, it will now hit like a freight train. So that's why we wanted it. It's pretty good. I should probably add this Olympia as well. See, this is why I like Kingdom Key a little bit better than Olympia, though, is because every other Keyblade card that you get in the game has a significantly high CP cost to it, whereas Kingdom Key is a pretty solid all-rounder type of Keyblade, and it has a really low CP cost. It's never the best Keyblade in any given situation, but its CP cost is always very low, so, you know. Yes, that's correct. It only lasts for 1 reload. So if you have a small deck, like the one that I have, it won't last for a particularly long time. We can maximize its effect, though, with certain other stuff. So, like, if I'm just casting Blizzaga, it's not really going to work out too well to have Blizzard Boost, because I'm just casting Blizzaga. So, like, it's not... I mean, I'll be able to use it once, it'll hit like a truck, and that's it. So how do we maximize the damage that we get out of each Blizzard? That's where the Calm Bounty is going to come in. So let me see if there's any more enemies. Yeah, okay. Let me clear the rest of the enemies out of this room, then we'll Calm Bounty the other room, and I'll show you where the effect's going to come in. Excuse me, ladies. I'm going to need you to leave. Okay. See how fire does against you. Not bad. Should be able to, yeah, as I say, get rid of you before problems come up. Get rid of you. I probably should have not had the Rhapsodies be the last ones on the field, because I think once you get an enemy card, you might be able to get another one, but obviously it's not going to do you any good because you can only have 1 per deck, so... Alright, we're at 500 CP. That's pretty great. I'll take it. And still more enemies. Ugh, more enemies! This is what I get for using a Teeming Darkness. I don't know how many of those it'll hit, but... Good. Got rid of the large body. That's good. Get rid of you. I'd also like to get a Red Nocturne card at some point if possible, but obviously we're not fighting Red Nocturnes in this world, so that's going to take a little while, unfortunately. Okay, well, I'm just healing that guy, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Didn't heal him for much, though. Ah! We can find Black Fungi now, because we got a Black Room card. That's pretty rare, actually, so... Oh, what we get? Kingdom Key. Okay, take it. Why not? I think I'm all healed, though, because we've been using basically the whole deck every time we fight, so... Any cards back here? No? Okay. No, I forget, did I think I used a Teeming here. I think I used a Tranquil first and then a Teeming, so... I mean, that would explain why the room is gigantic, so... Oh, good. Bunch of Moogle points. I'll take it. Probably some Barrel Spiders, at least 1. Right here? No. More Moogle points. I'll take that, too. Not bad. Alright, Key to Guidance Room is there. We'll take care of that in a second. Actually, it might be worth it to go make the Calm Bounty Room before we hit up the Key to Guidance Room, because I think there's a mini-boss in the Key to Guidance Room, if I remember correctly, so... Let's go do the other room first, I think, after I check all the item boxes. Ah, good, another fire. It's not a great fire, it's only a 2 fire, but I'll take it. Okay, is that everything? I think that's everything in this room, so let's go back. And we will bust the barrels, because why the hell not? Might get something out of it, like that Olympia. Some Moogle points. Don't really need the little ones. Don't really need those either. Is this the... Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure this was the correct room. Alright, so, the question was, how do we maximize our ability to cast Blizzard and deal lots of damage to the enemies with Blizzard Boost? Well, if we make a Calm Bounty here in Olympus Coliseum, we will find out. Grab the items while we're in here. I think there should only be like 1 or 2. Oh, I can actually make that room? Like the next one? That's surprising. Oh, no, wait, it's the key to rewards room. Never mind, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, see, so you need a key to rewards in order to get into this one. I don't even know what the key to rewards is in this area. I do, however, know what the first Calm Bounty is. It's Blizzard Raid. So you remember Strike Raid from the first game, right? You throw the Keyblade, it, you know, hits the enemy a few times while you throw it. It's all around pretty good. Well, Blizzard Raid is that, but ice, basically. What does it do? Well, it is Blizzard and any attack card. It has no requirements other than Blizzard and 2 attack cards. Like, some of the slights that Sora learns by level up are like, well, you have to use 3 attack cards, but they need to be a value between 20 and 23 or something convoluted like that. Blizzard Raid? Nah, just Blizzard and 2 attack cards. That's it. And you throw the Keyblade, and it inflicts 5 times the damage that any single strike would normally inflict. You can hit an enemy up to 5 times with it, and... well, again, it's got really low requirements. It's just Blizzard and any attack cards. So now we'll stock our deck in such a way that we'll be able to use Blizzard and any attack card pretty easily, and you can see how that would become very, very good with something like Blizzard Boost. Because now, instead of being able to cast 1 Blizzaga, I can cast 4 Blizzard Raids out of these 4 Blizzard cards and get the effect of all of those with Blizzard Boost. Hades, if he stands still for long enough, doesn't stand much of a chance. So... let's get enough cards over here. That's the only thing now, is we're going to need to make sure we have enough Kingdom Keys in order to actually cast Blizzard Raid 4 times. So we're going to need 2 more Kingdom Keys, it looks like. That's all fine, though. Let's see. We'll put this down here. Keep my zeros at the end of the deck. Actually, I'm going to need this here. This goes here. This here. This here. This goes down here. And then, I guess stick this one up here, actually. Because if I have my lower-end Blizzards with my higher-end... attack cards, it'll all add up to about the same value, so that should help a little bit. Alright, so we're going to need a 4 and a 3, unfortunately, but that's fine. Oh, I'm in remove. Okay. So, 3 and 4. And that's good enough, because we don't really have anything good here. I guess we have another fire that I can use, so I'll stick it in, I suppose. Why not? So... you think the rewards room here is a Keyblade card? Yeah, that would make sense, actually. I feel like a lot of the rewards rooms probably give you unique Keyblades. That would make a decent amount of sense in my head, anyway. Yeah, remember Ragnarok? Yeah, Ragnarok was pretty great, yeah. In the original Kingdom Hearts, Ragnarok was pretty great. You can get it in this game, too, and I think it's not terrible. But, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I usually just use Blizzard Raid or Fire Raid, and that's about it. Spoiler alert, there's a raid for each of your elemental damaging attacks. So Blizzard Raid, Fire Raid, and Thunder Raid. You can't use Thunder Raid until you get Thunder cards, though, and that's not until, like, the 7th floor, so 8th floor. So, you know, good luck with that one. Alright, so we have 4 Blizzard Raids now, and we can cast Fyra. Yeah, like you said, we can cast Fyra now, so that's good. We'll eventually be able to use more of these Fire cards in the same way as we're using the Blizzard cards, actually. So I'm going to have, like, Blizzard Raid. I'd like to get 1 more Blizzard if I can, because then 5 Blizzard Raids is pretty great. And then I'd like to have 5 Fire cards to cast 5 Fire Raids. And I'd like to get a Red Nocturne card so I can get a Fire boost out of some of the Fire Raids as well, if possible. But we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. Alright, anyway. With that out of the way, I guess we go back and save. Then we go after the key to Guidance Room. I'm just going to hit these in case, you know. Alright. Let's test out Blizzard Raid. Oh, I like it! Two hits takes him out. Oop. Well, didn't mean to throw it that way, but you know, it's fine. Not bad. Ah, there's our first Moogle room. Nice. We'll be able to use that in a little while, too, but, I don't know if we need to just yet, so I think I'll wait on that one. But yeah, you want to generally, with Blizzard Raid or Fire Raid, or any of the raids, really, is try to run away from the enemies, if possible. Oh, I messed up. Okay, well, ow. Yeah, try to run away from the enemies, if possible, a little bit, and then use it. Because otherwise you won't get as much effect out of it. Oop. I wonder if this will hit on the way back. Oh, never mind. Oh, good. It hit on the way back as well. I wasn't sure if I turned around enough for that one, but I did. Another Calm Bounty. I don't know if we needed that one, but I'll take it. Where am I going? Back to the... Okay, down here and then down again. Alright. Let's go. We'll do that. I feel like if I hit this, I'm just going to end up with barrel spiders, but... I don't know, I see the barrels, and I'm like, this has more polygons than the background. I need to hit it. Alright, so let's save. I usually don't use Moments Reprieves too often, if I'm honest, because... I don't know, I could just go back and save instead, you know? Like, that just feels like, okay, I'll just do that, you know? So sometimes Moments Reprieves just kind of hang out in my inventory, so... Whoop. So I hope you like hearing Sora say gotcha, because this is going to be our main form of damage for the next 15 hours or so. Oh, man. I wonder, I think those barrel spiders can drop their card as well if you kill them at the very end of a fight. Like, if you don't let them explode and you actually kill them, but I don't remember what it does. Some of the enemy cards are a bit of an enigma for me because I've basically never gotten them, but I don't know. They're probably pretty good. Most of the enemy cards in this game are pretty good, all things considered, so... You know, it's actually kind of funny. I was not thinking I was going to play the game very slow, but today I've been kind of meandering a little bit. I guess I'm trying to have fun where I can with it, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, sometimes I play this game and I'm like, okay, I've seen enough, but I don't know. I think being away from it for as long as I have been has kind of helped me to see the little bits of fun that I can have with it, you know? So... By the end of Recom, you spammed Mega Flare, so, you know, yeah, I mean, that's about right, honestly. Like, Mega Flare is just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna keep using this. It's all good. 15, you say? How about a 7 and an 8, friend? Alright, and then the key to guidance. In we go. Yeah, Mega Flare and Recom with Fire Boost is nuts. I think it takes advantage of Fire Boost, so... I've seen speedruns of this game and of Recom, and both of them take very deep advantage of some of the slights that you get, so... Well, that means he is waiting to interfere with us. Alright, Cloud, what's the plan? I mean, if you're... I was gonna say, if you're anything like what you were like when I built you in Final Fantasy VII, you're going to have access to Bahamut and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, speaking of Mega Flare... Like, I built Cloud Disc 1 of Final Fantasy VII to have, whatchamacall, what did I use him with him? He had Bahamut as his AoE spell, and then for his single target, because in Disc 1 of 7, a lot of enemies are weak to arrow, so you can link Chocomog Elemental on your weapon, and you'll just deal, like, over 1,000 damage very easily on Disc 1 with almost no investment. It's kind of nuts. Like, any aerial enemy on Disc 1 is weak to wind, so... Chocomog Elemental, congratulations, you're dealing 2,000 damage. So... It does, it can clear rooms easily, yeah. So definitely take advantage of that, so... I think if I remember correctly, the next world that we're going to go to after this is the one where Red Nocturnes are a little more common, so we might be able to get Fire Boost there. Hopefully more fires as well. Well, that's not very nice. How about I make it my business? Yeah, I'm fighting a contract killer. What's it to ya? I mean, I guess if that's your motivation, Sora, sure, why not? We'll see, Cloud. We'll see. Yeah, so it can hit up to 5 times. It hit 4 times there. Oops. Okay. Well, this isn't what I wanted. Ow. Stop that. Okay, hit on the way back as well. That's good. He's already dead. That fight's hard. Cloud likes to bounce all over the battlefield like Axel does, but Blizzard Raid. GG. I didn't even use Blizzard Boost. He would have been dead on like the second Blizzard Raid if I did. That's nuts. Yeah, and he's done. Now just imagine what's going to happen to Hades. Oh my god. Just you wait, viewers. We'll be there soon enough. I mean, the key to Truth Room is already available, so like we could just walk there from here. So, see if we can get anything else out of this. A few Moogle points, that's not bad. I might respawn this room before we go to the next save point. I don't think there's a boss between the 2nd and 3rd floor, so we can afford to do a little bit of sightseeing before we leave, you know? Like, I might do another teaming before we go. Oh, Barrel Spider. Stop that. Yeah, you can actually make them stop exploding if you attack them fast enough. It's kind of nuts. Of course, I have to go grab their experience before it all goes away, but, you know. There we go. I missed a 10, I think. But we leveled up, so let's get some HP before the 80s fight. Sweet. One more. Alright, little Moogle points, I'll take it. How we doing on Moogle points, anyway? Oh, we're almost at 1,500. Nice. That'll work. Key to Truth doors over here, I think? Yes, it is. And more Moogle points right away. That's 1538. Perfect. Do I go save? I'm gonna go save, actually, again. I know we just did, but I'm gonna go save again just so that way we're in good shape. I don't expect this boss fight to be difficult, but you never know, right? Just in case. Might as well. Oops, missed one. There we go. I think if I remember correctly, I was able to beat this game the last time I played it in about 15 hours, so... Although I do remember spending a decent chunk of time in Traverse Town getting Blizzard cards and a bunch of other stuff, so we'll see. I don't really think we're ever going to use the mushroom rooms, so I might use this one up just to get this done. Well, you know, maybe I'll keep it just for the novelty, honestly. There might be a situation where I'm like, yeah, let's use a mushroom room. So I guess I've got 3 of these, I'll use those, and then we'll go from there. Since we needed to use a red card there anyway. Alright, let's go fight Hades. What, did you try to fight him anyway after I just interfered with you? I don't think he cares, Hercules. You guys have got even stamina. How did you even get back your stamina anyway? Like, I already beat you so badly with Blizzard Boost, or Blizzard Raid, rather. The boost is this fight. What happened to your memories? So yeah, this is the only, like, real major change. There's, like, usually if there's any changes to the Disney worlds, it's either because they can't incorporate mini-games that they had, which is probably part of the reason why Deep Jungle wasn't included along with the copyrights, because the, you know, the tree slide was a pretty fun mini-game. But also, if there's any differences, it's because someone has either lost their memories, is looking for their memories, or has memories of someone else that they need back. So, in this case, it's Cloud. Well, I mean, I'm a first-class soldier, but that doesn't mean I can beat a guy like that. He's a demigod. Thanks, you didn't pay me anyway, so... Why would you make a deal with the devil? Where did you think that was gonna go for you, Cloud? Why, you little... Cloud, stab him in the back with your Buster Sword, right now, while he's not looking at you. Okay. Do you mean hey, Sora, or do you mean hey? I think you're making stuff up as you go now, Hades. Wait, I thought you meant Rule 6, because you're making up rules. You can't. What's this plan stuff? Why don't you cool off, Hades? You're looking a little hot under the collar. I can fix that. I mean, we would just have to go to the underworld. I'm not above it. It happens in Kingdom Hearts 2. But before we worry about that, let's take Hades out here on the surface. Ah, there we go. There's rule number 6. Alright, so. Blizzard Boost. And then try to get him as far away from me as possible so I can maximize the damage. Oh, I blasted my blizzards there. Okay. Well, this will still do good damage. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I'm going to go back here. See if I can, yeah, break that. So. I'll wait. Okay. Ow. Your 0 card. Okay, well, didn't get a whole ton of damage out of that, but I'll take it. So. Okay, so yeah, no more Blizzard Boost, unfortunately, but we got him worn down pretty good, so I'll take it, you know. Oh, he's using a 9. That's not good. But thankfully, I'm not really taking much damage from him, so I guess it's fine. Can't really use those fire cards, though. Stop that. Alright, he's probably going to Temper Flare again in a second. An Elixir? Really? I mean, okay. Ow. Also, ow. I shouldn't have done that. I think if you break your cards like that, I don't know if you get them back. So, well, while he's doing that, let me just break him a little bit. Okay, I'll wait. I didn't wait long enough. Stand still! Damn it! Stop that. I'll stand over here while I wait. There we go. And got him. Okay, so it wasn't quite as good as Cloud because Hades did not particularly stand still for me, but I'll take it. I think if I remember right, his enemy card's pretty good though, so it's worth getting. I mean, did you see what happened here, Sora? Everybody... Yeah, I was gonna say, everybody, like, took advantage of everything here. I mean, you can still have it, Sora, but... Yeah, I was gonna say, let him get back to his full strength first. I mean, technically speaking, we already fought him at his full strength in Kingdom Hearts 1, but, you know, we'll just work our way to that. Eventually. Oh, good. So, you gonna stop trying to bounty hunt now? You're not Vincent Valentine, Cloud. I mean, that's true. I mean, look at this game. I remembered it existed after 6 years of forgetting. Or trying to forget. I could never forget this game exists. It won't let me. Thanks. I mean, if he did, he'd just end up as a card anyway, Sora, so... Of course you aren't. But for winning our way through all of Olympus Coliseum, we get the best summon in the entire game, Cloud. He'll cross-slash people, he'll cross-slash people some more, and if you stock 3 of his cards, he'll do that big attack where he jumps all over the place and then slashes at them a few times from the air. So that's pretty cool. We don't have 3 Cloud cards yet, but we can use a Moogle Room in order to fix that in a little while. I'm not going to use a Moogle Room until we get to, not the next world, I think, but the world after that, because after that point we should be in a little bit better shape in terms of, like, we'll need the cards then. We don't really need the cards from the Moogle Room just yet, so there you go. Alright, but anyway, let's go check out the cutscene over here, and then I think once we get to the 3rd floor, we'll call it a day at that save point. Like I said, don't think there's any bosses from here, like, in between floors from here until, I think, the 7th floor, I want to say. Well, of course you didn't. I mean, all of us are shouting at the screen right now, Hollow Bastion! Again, we literally just talked about it in Traverse Town. It's kind of ridiculous how quickly you guys are forgetting these things. It's like short-term memory loss on steroids. Yes. Yes, it did. Then how do you not remember the castle if you remember him turning into a Heartless? Did he turn into a Heartless in a vacuum, Donald? I mean, yes, because, you know, darkness, but... You know, that's a fair point. Why haven't we been looking at his journal this whole time? That would keep us remembering. Well, good. Now we'll be able to remember all the things we're forgetting. Or not. Are you sure that's not just a new journal? How... You know, if I ask that question, I'm just gonna have an aneurysm. Like, how did that stuff get erased? Like, but there's no explanation. It's just, if you aren't sure about something in this game, the answer is Castle Oblivion. That's all you're gonna get. Yeah, all my minigame scores, all of my perfect scores in the 100 Acre Wood, no! That's the ultimate nightmare. Losing all my 100 Acre Wood scores. I mean, we're gonna have to, because otherwise... No, he would not. Not intentionally, so... But yeah, otherwise it's just gonna be a big empty journal. I wonder if this is the person that was drawing in the opening cutscene. Probably. It's pretty good. I mean, better than I could have drawn that castle. Because someone took magical eraser to it? I don't know. Yeah, but it's a different story between your memories being fuzzy and them erasing physical words off a page, Sora. Yeah, but where have they gone to? Have they been stolen by the castle? Probably. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Like, what... I mean, I guess. So why don't we leave? The front door wasn't exactly locked. I mean, we can't go back, as far as I'm aware, to that ground floor. Well, maybe we can, but I don't think we can go back out the front door. I think they locked the door once we got in here, but they never implied that in the opening cutscene, so... Boy, I hope you're right about that, Goofy. Because, I mean, Leon forgot who we were. No, but that's completely different. For reasons I can't explain until Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, the magic in this castle is not Heartless magic. It is completely different. God, this whole series is convoluted as hell. But I'm glad it's giving them some hope, at least, because where we're going, we're gonna need hope. And luck. Oh boy. This is what I mean. Sometimes this game has a good sense of humor. Other times it feels like the sense of humor is a little out of place, but it's fine. Again, I really hope you're right, Goofy, because forgetting my friends, well, in this case, would make me forget my power, and we're going to need all the willpower I can muster to continue through Castle Oblivion on the next episode of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, the Stream Edition, which will be happening probably tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and this time hopefully I won't be late because of internet outages. Oh, I kind of need to front load next week, basically, because I have my exams start at the end of next week. Well, actually, I have an exam early next week, but I can work around that because my study guide's basically done for that one already, so I can work around that and be fine. But either way, I'll worry about the schedule once I get the description for this video up, and then I will post the schedule on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord for all of you to see. In the meantime, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will most likely be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. I'll tell you what, I might not be very particularly happy about playing this game, but silver lining, It's not giving me tendinitis like One Finger Death Punch did. At least, not yet.